could, matter of fact, shit, we'll do that so we can see till brothers come.
Shalom, shalom. All right, before we get started, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Quadash. We want to give double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, who well and taught us the truth, and peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, so back at it again. Another week through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we're going to get into the scriptures. Get into that prophecy, because the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. The prophets, all right, as it says in Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, the prophets were sent out to prophesy against great kingdoms, of their incoming impending destruction, and this place is no different. So we start off at, let's get Psalm 10. So let's start at 1, Yeah, there you go. Hey, you got a brother?
Yeah, I got one.
Yo, that cloud up there looks nasty.
Yeah, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 1. Why standest thou far off, O Lord?
All right, so why standest thou far off, O Lord? The Lord gave the wicked, all right, the earth to dwell in and to rule for a short period of time. So the Lord is sitting back and letting this wickedness occur so that Esau stacks his sins, all the way up into the heaven, so the Lord can come and knock it down, so to speak. Sort of like when a kid builds a sandcastle out of a thing, and at the end, when all the fun is done away with, they come and just knock it down, man. That's what the Lord is waiting to do, all right, when the time is right. And only that appointed time, all right, the Lord knows when that time is. But we know through the signs of heaven, all right, that that's coming soon. Go ahead.
It says, why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in the time of trouble? For it says the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor.
Yeah, so the wicked in his pride, all right, the wicked being the Edomites, in his pride doth persecute the poor are the Israelites. We're poor, why? Because we're on the bottom of the totem pole of Esau's kingdom. Okay?
It says why? It says the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Yeah, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Because what? Esau has plans. Kind of like how the Joker from Batman. He says, all these guys, they have plans. But all the Joker does is take their plans and turn them on their own selves, man. That's what the Lord is gonna do with Esau. Okay? He has plans for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to all get injected with this mystery punch, and now that there's a big hesitancy coming out, now all of a sudden there's a new strain now, a different variant that they call the Delta. I guess we just call it the Delta Force. Now this thing is supposed to be 4 to 6 times more dangerous than the first, and people are hearing this on the news, and they're hip to it, man. They're like, get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody listening to you anymore. But the point is that these people have plans for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and it's ultimately going to be injecting you with an RFID microchip, or radio frequency identification chip. And here it is, it's June, and we got these things online where you can buy these things now, and they use them to open your car door, your home, all right? It's used to store your medical records. Okay, and ultimately it's going to be your main source of buying and selling, all right, through the 4 corners of the earth, man.
It's like,
yeah, and that's just the times that we're living in now. And this whole way with the mystery toxins and the jabs or the punches or the pokes, whatever you want to call it, this is a prelude to that step of getting that radio frequency identification chip, man. Oh, to the left?
Yeah. I gotta go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Done. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth.
Yeah. Yeah, the covetous. The covetous that goes in the Habakkuk, the second chapter, where he cannot stay at home. He's always got to be in somebody's business, and he enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. That's why when we tell these people, these people they go along and get these get the mystery punch, they get the poke, the jab, whatever you want to call it, and they think that that's going to be the end of it. When that's just the beginning. At first it's just the one poke. Now all of a sudden you need one every year. Now all of a sudden you need what do you call it? I guess you call it a pass. Now all of a sudden you need something to prove that you've taken the poke. Now you can't go anywhere or do anything unless you've taken the poke. So it never ends with this devil. It's always something new with this devil, man.
Well, basically, it all boils down to you being, chippy chip,
Yeah.
Because what we're going through is the new world order, the NATO, what they have put out there is something called Build Back Better, to break down, but they want to build back this new system, which this system that they're doing is sort of like going back to the Tower of Babel. See, these elites, they can do all this killing and bloodshed, but in fact, they're afraid to die. So they come up with these different devices and how to manipulate the body, the flesh, in order to stay alive. But now they want these things inside of us so they could be the Most High.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I'll bring it on Genesis 11. That's the spirit.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 1.
Why? Because all these things are written aforetime for our learning. There's nothing new under the sun. And what happened here in Genesis, the 11th chapter, is what Esau is trying to do right now.
It says, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Yeah, so basically, all right, and that was what's his name? That the Hamite. Hamite that came up and put this together.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? I forgot his name. It starts with an N.
Nimrod.
Nimrod. Yeah, it was Nimrod. So they went to build themselves a tower, all right, that reaches up to the heavens. Now that's going off because first of all, the scriptures tell you that you shouldn't build a structure that's more than 2 or 3 stories high anyway. So these people are doing it out of pride, similar to what Esau is doing now. He's got what? The skyscraper. And it goes and shows and proves that the world is in one language, even though they all speak different language. You got Chinese, you got Spanish, you got English and all these different languages. These people are on one accord to the point where you'll see skyscrapers in all these other foreign lands. You'll see people walking around in suit and ties. You'll have, pilots throughout the 4 corners of the earth. You can't be a pilot unless you speak English. No matter what country you come from, no matter what language you speak, the universal language for being a pilot is English. So that's an example of all these nations being on one accord and being of one language and one speech. And now what they're trying to do is spiritually build a tower or build an empire and keep themselves one nation, the New World Order, okay? Headed off by, of course, none other than Esau himself, the so-called white man, all right? And he's trying to be like the Most High. Yeah?
inside the body, because with these devices, the scriptures also go into in Revelations about the miracles which deceive the whole world. All right, these devils which deceive the whole world by these miracles, and those miracles, you know, is that device that alters and modifies, you know, and changes the body. Okay, which is through what they call transmitting information, near-field communication. Okay, GPS. You know, so it's these devices that will be placed inside the body, all right, are so great that it can determine what food you eat. You know, the calories in which to intake on foods. You know, what type of food you ate. They're gonna be able to know these things, man. You know, you're gonna be monitored 24/7 everywhere you go.
They actually have dry runs with that, with like athletes like the biker Lance Armstrong, and a lot of different athletes. They'll have them take a pill, and like it only lasts for like 24 hours or something like that before it flushes out your system. And once you take that pill, it'll do everything that the brother's talking about. It'll monitor your vital organs, what you've been eating, and everything, and give you a full diagnostic of what's going on in your body. And that's just on a small scale. So imagine, you know, when they have something permanent, which is what the chip is going to be, it's going to be able to, you're going to be able to be monitored 100%, 24/7, going into the power that you're giving Esau, man.
Yeah, that's why it's important for them to hook up in 5G. Right. You know? Yeah. You're talking about, for an example, the brother's talking about the bicyclists.
Yeah.
You know, what's that? I forgot the famous biker, the one that ride the bike across, you know, marathons. Lance Armstrong. I remember there was a video where he was being tested, and they put that pill inside of him to check his vitals. So this is Genesis chapter 11 and 3, 11 and 4. And they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth."
Right.
And Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded.
Right.
And Yahweh said, "Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language.
Yep.
And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
Right.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech."
Right. So what does that mean? The Lord is a separatist. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody keeps talking about, you know, oh, let's come together, let's be God is love, and you know, let's all come together and be one, and you know, let's do something together and unify, unite. But the Lord is a separatist, man. The Lord divided the nations. Okay? The Lord gave us a difference. Hey, the Lord, when Esau and when Jacob and Esau were born of the womb, they were fighting in the womb, struggling together. You know, and Rebecca asked the Lord what's going on. It said 2 nations were in the womb. So you have nations that have so much of a difference, that have so much animosity for each other. They were fighting within the womb before they were even born, man. So you know, nations coming together and being one people, all right, it doesn't sit right with the Lord. It's like mixing oil and vinegar, you know.
And that proves that they know the Most High's plans, because as the brother was reading, they were saying, you know, let us build what they say, let us build a tower lest we be scattered. And that's what actually happened. So they know what the Lord wants, but they choose not to do it.
Exactly. And when the Lord said that, you know, they'll build up the tower and become one, that means there's no stopping what they want to do. And what they want to do is be wicked. You know? That's why the Lord came down in Genesis the 6th chapter, all right. And what did he do? He flooded the earth because what? Wickedness was exceeding great. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that goes into Revelations 13, as you were going into. They were talking, you know, they want the whole world to accept their image. Exactly. You know, that's why the whole world is in the uproar, because they don't like the wickedness that they see.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and the knowledge to them that understand. excuse me, and the knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and the secret things. He knoweth what's in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou, the Most High of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desire of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. And that's going into Daniel. All right, but basically the point is you can't hide nothing from the Lord. Okay, the Lord set up kings, man. All right, and he destroyed kings. And right now he set up the basis of men. So even today in 2021, all right, you got these elites, all right, starting with these what you call Rothschilds, all right, the international bankers, you know, which run the world, that 1%, which the people call them, all right. They have this plan, and to bring in all the people as one, and they being the Most High. So it's really similar to the time going back into Genesis with Nimrod, all right, with the Tower of Babel. You know, basically it's to cut off the Most High. And if Esau would have his way today, by everybody taking a device, all right, he would literally cut off the Most High. He could control your emotions, all right, he can control your feelings, he can control, you know, what type of money, substance you may have, you know, he can cut you off from existence.
How much you ever done?
He can destroy you. The scriptures say the Lord belongs to the issue of death. All right, another precept goes where the Lord said he make it poor, he make it rich. All right, the Heavenly Father does all these things. But Esau wants to sit at the feet of the Most High. All right?
And that goes into Job, the 5th chapter, the 12th verse. He disappointed the devices of the craftsman, you know, so that his hands cannot perform his enterprise. So it was already written that you were going to fail, you know, from the very beginning. Okay?
Yep. I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 9. Verse 8. I am Yahweh, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
So the Lord's not going to give his glory to another. Okay? So, you know, at the end of the day, every knee is going to bow to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, Esau wants that credit, but at the end of the day, the Lord's going to get all the glory. Okay? He's going to get all the praise. You know, when the Lord comes down with Jacob's trouble, and when the Lord comes down with great power and glory and might of his excellency with these chariots that have been making a big scene, all right, throughout the last, you know, throughout the years, really, okay? That's just a glimpse of his power, man. He's going to be exalted in that day. Okay?
What? I bought this one from the car.
Nah, bro.
The heck?
Oh, you moved the bags?
It was in the back?
Yeah. I think
Oh, that's why. It was in the car.
Oh.
Hey, you call this real quick?
Yeah. You took it, Phillips. Go ahead. You guys get that?
This is 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Right. Yeah. The Edomites had to come and fall away, and the Israelites had to come and fall away as well. You know, we were set up on high. We were in great excellency when King Solomon, all right, was king. You know, ruled for 40 years. All right, but we had to fall away and go into captivity a second time. You know, as well as the Edomites. The Edomites were we had dominion over the Edomites, and they had to open their bands. You know, and become rulers. So this is a fulfillment of prophecy. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right, that man of sin be revealed. All right, which is the Edomites. What is sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. Okay, that's why they call him the ungodly and the wicked. Okay, because what? He is clean contrary to what the Bible says. And that's how we know who the Edomites are today. Because what? It sounds good when it says that God we trust and God bless America and all these things, but when you look at their laws, you look at their ordinances, their amendments to constitutions, okay, there's nothing that coincides with what's written in the Bible. There's no laws against putting moles, you know, how to deal with a mole, or how to deal with in a case of adultery. All of these things are uplifted, man. You know?
Yeah, it says, chapter 2, verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, the son of perdition. The word perdition means destruction. Okay? Everything that this man touches, all right, is ultimately gets destroyed. Okay? Look at what they're trying to push now with this whole global warming thing. Now, when they say global warming, it's code word for depopulating the earth. Why do they want to depopulate the earth? Because they talk about carbon dating. Because what? Every time a person exhales, he exhales what's called carbon dioxide. Okay, and he breathes in oxygen. So what they're trying to say by that is this place is going to be overpopulated, so there's too many people breathing the air, and it's bringing up the temperature of the globe, you know. But at the same time, what does he do? He cuts down trees, you know. He'll cut down a large number of trees which we need to breathe in order to make a parking lot for a damn Walmart or something, man. You know. Yeah, I know, right? He is the son of perdition, the son of destruction, man. You know? What person in their right mind will cut down something that you need to breathe, you know, that generates oxygen? Trees breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, which is what we need to live, man. But this devil doesn't understand that, man.
It pollutes the air, all right, pollutes the food, it pollutes the water, okay? You can't even collect rainwater. That's against the law in certain states. You know? He pollutes, he destroys animals. Okay, he created GMOs, genetically modified organisms. All right, he deals with medicine, which their doctors take a Hippocratic oath to falsify. You don't deal with physicians. You wonder why there's a difference, man. Whenever you get sick, or whenever you get hurt, you get in a car accident, they send you to a physician. Because a physician is someone that actually heals you. You know, they get your bones, your joints back running, okay? They get everything working accordingly. But when you get sick, you go to their doctors and hospitals, they give you medicine, man. See, we understand the herbs of which the Lord told us in the scriptures. That's the Lord. You know, but we understand that in the scriptures, the Lord told us to eat the herbs of the earth, which is food unto us. And if we ever get sick, we go back into the herbs. Because herbs, they come with side benefits. Medicine comes with side effects. All right, and as a disclaimer, you know, we're not giving medical misinformation. You know, if something wrong, you go see your doctor. You know, but we're just stating the fact of herbs in the body, herbs in the earth. Scriptures in the Bible tells us to eat the herbs of the earth, man. You know. But 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
That's why we call him Satan. You know? Why do you keep calling the so-called white man Satan, man? Like, and they picture the cartoon with the dude with the red. The word Satan in the Hebrew, shaitan, means adversary. It says you oppose it. To oppose something means to be an opposite, opposition. You know, he's an opposition of what? To righteousness. So he's the wicked. He's the devil. You know.
Yeah. I was gonna say Revelation 6 and 4 says that power was given to him to take peace from the earth.
Right. Yeah.
You know. Meanwhile, Yahweh Shai, power was given to him to bring peace. Like you say, he's the adversary.
Exactly. Yep. You know, so hey, you just gotta understand what words mean. People say emotional. People get emotional when we call this man Satan, but that's what he is, man. What law does he uphold that's written in the Bible, man? You know, he's pushing everybody to take the mystery punch, but the scriptures say you're not supposed to break your skin or make any cuttings in your flesh. That instrument used for what? The instrument that injects something into your body, all right? That's making a breach into your flesh, man. You ain't supposed to do that.
It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself. Exalt himself.
Yeah.
Above all that is called God.
Yeah, and that's how you know he's the devil, because really you ain't supposed to exalt yourself. If you were somebody on that level, people would exalt you. You would be exalted by other people. You know, you like people make fun of other people who are like self-proclaimed. Like imagine somebody like Dylon. You know, I'm the top. Who's the top 5 best rappers alive? Dylon. You know, you're self-professing yourself to be something great when nobody else thinks that you're on that level. Right. That's talking about Esau, man.
In fact, everybody hates you. Exactly. Everybody hates you, and when they get a chance to, they're gonna come against you.
Right.
Because the Lord has set you up, but the Lord is also gonna bring you into that boundary that you can't pass. You know, He's gonna bring you into that land that you can't get out. Okay.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Just because they do deals with them, if you get Obadiah 1 and where it talks about the those that break with me, you know, you probably grab it, you know, like talking about the adversary, you know, yeah, just grab it.
Obadiah chapter 1.
I think it's like verse 5.
All men of thy confederacy.
Yeah, that's it.
1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Yeah, so they'll smile in your face. They'll do deals with you. They'll accept any care packages that you have to offer. You know, they'll make deals with you, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you know, they hate you. They talk about you behind your back. And when the opportunity arises, okay, when they catch you slipping, all right, they're going to capitalize on it, you know? And yeah, as it's written in the scriptures, you know, where it says all the merchants, they're going to be like, damn, they're going to be seeing Babylon the Great, which is America, a heaping pile of rubble and fire flames, and they're going to be upset, not because they care about you, but because they're going to be missing out on all the money that they made off of you, man. That's what it's all about.
It says,
yeah, go ahead.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yep.
There was none understanding in him.
There was none understanding in him.
Damn.
You know, and you're starting to see the none understanding in the rulership. If you see the first sign that kingdom is going down, you just look at the mental capacity of their rulers. Look at Joe Biden, man. Man can't even complete a sentence, man.
Yeah.
You know, man is a damn embarrassment. Okay, and everybody knows it. Read on verse 8. What does it say?
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
Yeah, shall I not even in that day even destroy the wise men out of Edom? You know, back in the day, you'd have U.S. presidents that would make profound statements. People quote former presidents to this very day.
Well, we start being exposed on all levels, man. All these presidents.
Yeah, she fucking for the clout, bust a nut in the mouth, then I'm out, 50 hoes down south, now don't eat out, Malibu beach house, so don't see no pussy, she bad and she bougie, I love me a groupie, I swam in the Gucci, in her mouth, bust a nut one time, then I'm out. 47 make a nigga do bachata, eat a quesadilla, fucking on his baby mama, ran out of drugs, to the fuck from the street nigga,
Destroy that nigga, man. Yeah, but yeah, man. The presidents, man. It's coming out that Esau's being exposed on all levels. You know, there's clips where you got Barack Obama.
El churro es más fino, si un Bugatti te di gratis. Si un te quito de gratis, en tu velorio me lo mamo cati. Me subo en la capota y veo el Bugatti. Y veo el Bugatti, en tu velorio me lo mamo cati. Me subo en la capota y veo el Bugatti. Y veo el Bugatti. Los churros los vengo franqueando en Ducati. Y veo el Bugatti, en tu velorio me lo mamo cati. Me subo en la capota y veo el Bugatti. Llama a ver camarero. Más de 10 tarjetas para gastar, efectivo y leche para gozar. Sácalo todo, vamos a explotar. No tengan miedo, vamos a gastar. La calle está rápido, andamos ratatá. Lo que te prendió.
Let's go curse up on that nigga.
We don't own none of that music. We don't claim that music.
That's a perfect opportunity why you wish that you had spiritual power. You take that thing, flick it, man.
Man, I'll bust that whole car up. But it's coming out, you know, that Esau's being exposed on all levels. There's video clips that's being spread out there with you got Barack Obama, you got Donald Trump's wife, the woman that was in office when he was the president, and you got these clippings where they're taking the speeches, all right, the same thing that said in presidents early in, years ago. They've taken the same sayings and saying them today, man. So showing you it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Esau's game of his the strings he's being pulled upon the puppets. The puppets are realizing they're being pulled by strings, man.
Yeah.
So basically, you're being exposed, man.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 51. Back to the subject,
Right.
Because when Esau, when the Lord allowed things to go against you, you elites, all right, and you Edomites, guess what? You're in trouble. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, and the wine represents, of course, the philosophy. That number one philosophy being democracy. Which democracy in itself, of course, is against the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai, because the Lord isn't about democracy; He's about absolution. Do this or I'll fuck you up. That's how the Lord does it.
Yeah, these nations are going to be mad because they drunken of your philosophy and democracy, your way of life. Everywhere you go in the country, look at China. Right? You go to China, it look like New York. Yeah, you go to what's that Dubai? Yeah. Everything mimics New York, man. Las Vegas. Everything mimics the cities here in the States. All right? They got these tall skyscrapers. I believe Ishmael.
They got the tallest skyscrapers.
The tallest buildings in the world. Yeah. Skyscrapers, man. They got one video where this Edomite woman's in there, and I think it's showing you how the higher it gets, it leans or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, and you got people saying, people that are out of the picture now, but if Babylon the Great isn't talking about America, like nobody's talking, it says that Babylon is a golden cup in the Lord's hand. How many people on the earth are clamoring and flocking to go to the Vatican? How many people are clamoring and flocking to go to Dubai, which Dubai is a very beautiful city, but not everybody's trying to go there. Everybody's trying to come to America. Yep. They got movies about it, coming to America. Yeah. Damn Prince of Zamunda have a woman hopping up and down on one foot, and he leaves to go get some freaking girl in Queens, man.
Yeah, you have 4 places in different countries that love a drink of alkaline cold water, but instead they see commercials here in America where people are playing in water parks, man. Yeah. Just throwing away water like it ain't nothing. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed.
If so, she may be healed, but she's not gonna be healed. There's no coming back for America once this place is destroyed. That was written in Malachi, where it says we will return and build the desolate places. That time is now. But when the Lord comes back, it's going to be finally put to bed, this place, man. And the Lord is, and that's a mockery statement right there. You ever have like somebody have a gruesome, horrible, like a broken leg or something, and you put some, pour some Robitussin or something on it, man. You know what I mean? You can't heal what the Lord is about to do to this place, man.
Chariots, Esau coming in power, the Borgia family. Look at everything they built since then. But the Lord said He will throw down, because eventually, this place America is going to be destroyed. Even UK, Britain, that place is going to be taken down, man. All right, it's going to be taken. You Edomites are coming out of power through the Spirit of the Lord. You're being destroyed by the Spirit of His mouth. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. Because you would think, if you got a scab or sore, you would take medicine to heal the wound. But this place Hey, medicine won't heal the wound. You gotta die, man. And this place is cancer, man. And the cancer's done spreading. Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country.
You see that? Forsake her. You know, you forsake something, you forget all about it. It's only really these people on this sign that are really trying to hold Babylon the Great up. You know, like we say this all the time, man. If Issachar alone took next week off, man, this place would be on fire. You know, literally on fire. You know, because Esau would be losing his damn mind. You know, people talk about voting and who should we vote for and do this and that and third. I'll be like, yo, I'll tell you what. If the Israelites stop voting, Esau, this place will flip upside down, man. You know, all these other nations are going to get that because they're going to, what's that, Isaiah the 13th chapter, where everybody's going to flee to their own nation and forsake this place. But it's our people that don't have who's a nation that doesn't even have a country, man.
Hey, well, Esau's going to come down. All right, because the scriptures speak on Jacob's trouble. So you got to look at it. If you don't go, this is why they're pushing this whole campaign of the blacks and Latinos to take what you know what. Because eventually, if you don't get on board, they're going to come down upon you having great wrath. Right. And that's scripture.
Oh, yeah. Joe Biden said, whoever comes against the Second Amendment, you know, and they think, you know, they're going to have guns try to fight against the government, they're going to need F-15s and nukes.
Right. See?
Going to show you that.
See, Esau, he don't play fair. He play nice. That's the snake, man. The two double-tongued snake, man. Split in the middle. Talk good on this end, but really he's backstabbing you to kill you, man. Because look, if you don't go according to his way, they're going to cause an issue to the point where they're going to need to come down upon you. Remember what Trump said when he was in office? He said, y'all better remember y'all history. He said, you better remember, y'all history. I forgot how he said it, but basically what he meant is that you better remember your history and how they came down upon you. Because if you don't go according to their way, they're going to come down upon you. And the Lord is going to make that happen. All right? But it ain't in good favor for Esau. Right. Okay? It's the end. The Lord's got him set up. It says, verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh, our power.
It's about self-preservation. You know, like when you're out in war or whatever, you're trying to resuscitate your mans, but you see he ain't gonna make it. You don't want to stay there because you know you might die.
Right.
So you got to get out of there.
Right. Yeah. I got one.
And they're gonna be jammed up too. I remember that happened with Hurricane Irma down there in Florida. Everybody tried to get out, and they raised the price of the tickets, and the airports was packed. So a lot of y'all not even gonna make it out of here, man.
Gonna make it out. Yeah, that was an example in Hawaii too. That brother out there in Hawaii.
The Testaments.
Yeah, with the Testaments. So everybody's running to the damn airport and stops in gridlock traffic, man. You ain't gonna be able to go nowhere, man.
Yeah.
They showed that in American Horror Story too.
Yeah, Isaiah 13. Somebody hold that on deck.
Oh, I got it right here.
Spit.
So Isaiah chapter 13. Start off
Nah, start at
That's 14.
Start at like 7, 8.
I'll start at 4. Thomas, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains. So Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
And that banner is the Bible. All right, we're lifting this banner upon the high mountain, which is to the government. Okay, because really Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the true government that governs the universe. See, you Edomites only have a temporary short season, you know, to deal. But really, you didn't create everything into existence. All right, you're just trying right now, you know, to perpetrate. Really, you robbed the Lord's people, but now you want to rob the Most High Himself and His Son. And Yahushua ain't playing with you, man, because Yahushua is coming back, all right, to destroy you. In what you're talking about, man, excuse me, in which this government is afraid of, because now you're making mention of the Chariots. The chariots of Yahweh. These are the angels that ride in those vehicles the same way Yahweh Shai, who the world English called Jesus Christ, he's going to come back that way. So yeah, because there was last week, they basically, they're afraid to put out this information on what they come to conclusion is, but one little snippet came out about reports at the Pentagon was that they are a threat to the national security. Right? So that means that they are Esau's enemy. All right?
Okay, real quick. Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Right. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
And Zechariah saw what he saw. But guess what? They take different shapes and sizes. Right. They can materialize and they can dematerialize. You know, one of the elder brothers, I forgot your channel, I was watching it this morning, and he did a report. He did like a little short lesson on another brother's page in Great Millstone that always put up the chariot videos. And it was a chariot in the shape of like a hammer, like, and then it just disappeared. And it showed the great power of the Lord. See, our Lord is terrible, okay, cruel, okay, and you're playing with a power that's going to wipe you off the planet Earth.
And they even got the chariots that are so big like a mountain, as is written in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know, that's where they got the image from on that movie Independence Day.
That's right.
It says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
So the chariots, the UFOs, are the curse that go across the face of the whole earth to do what?
It says, For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Hey, somebody get John 10 and 10.
Right. And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Yeah, so these chariots, what you call UAP, they're going to destroy this place called America, man. Right, yeah. You know it does say in the Bible, man.
They're the enemy.
Yeah, they are a national threat. Yeah. All right, there's something that you can't understand and you can deal with. Nor could you stop it. You know?
No, yeah, I was gonna say, and hey, their wickedness is gonna be against them, because here it is, again, as we were going into the RFID chip, you're trying to take everybody's soul, man. So you're that thief, and that's gonna happen all across the world. But of course, we know in America.
Yeah, the Lord is bringing, the Lord sending the angels down here, okay, to watch you. You know, so basically, they see your setup. The Heavenly Father sees your setup, and He knows where you're at. He knows how close you are when it comes to your agenda, because He allowed it. But you got John 10 and 10?
This is John chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill.
Now this is Yahweh Shai speaking. This is written in red. Go ahead.
And to destroy.
See, the Lord said the thief cometh not, but to steal and kill and destroy. We just read in Zechariah the 5th chapter how the Lord is sending the angels in the land of the thief. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shai is coming to give us true life. And we can have it more abundantly, man. See, because the Lord is really, when the Lord comes, He's going to change us. Right. And we're going to have everlasting bodies, man. Yeah. Immortality. Okay? And we're going to have it the right way, which is given to us as a gift. Okay? Which is it was promised to us, and the prophet, let me say, our forefathers, it was promised to us to have the kingdom and dominion over the whole earth through Jacob. And through Jacob, how we're going to have the whole earth is through Yahweh Shai, man. Meaning that we're going to be changed, man. That's why Apostle Paul, all right, he spoke about being changed in the twinkle of an eye. What's going to be changed? Our bodies. We're no longer going to get sick, man. We're no longer going to be able to get hurt. Scriptures, I believe in Isaiah, we won't cry anymore, man. We're not going to cry anymore, man. Okay? We're not going to feel sad for loved ones that died. All right? We're going to be in paradise. That's it on that, right?
Shalom.
Right. what you got, Spider?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in-
Oh yeah, I have some real quick. This is James chapter 5, verse 3. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days.
All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because no matter how rough, no matter how scary, no matter if you got to get put to death, just know that Yahweh Shai is coming to make things right. See, all this wickedness is going to come up right before you. That's why it don't pay to be evil. Evil is not cool, and evil is not winning. It was before, but now the time of evil is coming it's coming short, okay? Because now righteousness is ruling. Righteousness is going to reign. All right, this is why a lot of you got a lot of 2/3 of the Lord's people. They get upset when the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua righteousness come out. They get upset because they know they wicked. How could you get upset at the Bible? You know? Oh, you want to get upset at the messenger. Well, all you're doing is tricking yourself. And that's all because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua put a strong delusion on you. You know, if you're not honest with yourself, you're living your life as a lie. You know, and you're going to die that way.
Back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. Most likely verse 2. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them.
Yeah, exalt the voice. This is why we come on the highways and byways. Yahweh Shai told Peter, he said, if you love me, feed my sheep. Told him 3 times, man. You know, just so he can drill it in to let him know this is important. This is our mission. This is to carry the torch, man. You know how Olympic runners, when they run in, I believe, is it marathons? I believe they're running distance. I'll say distance. Yeah. And then they got the baton, and they keep running, and you got to catch up, and you got to perfectly grab it right, drop it, that's it. You know? So we're in a race, but the race is not given to the swift. See? Go ahead.
Precept, Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
So the Lord didn't just tell us to go on the highways and stand here. You know, come out here before the people, all right, and just stand here. He said, do what?
He says, cry aloud.
Cry out loud, meaning to speak, project your voice. See, a lot of these people, they're so emotional, they think we're yelling, you know? But what about passion? What about being a man projecting his voice? There's a difference. You know when a man projects his voice, all right, it's when he in the house and they make this meme about it, you know, about fathers, you know, he in the house, his son in the next room being loud, and what he does, sit down, sit your ass down. He's just projecting his voice, but the mother, you know, the mother will go, well, damn, and then he sit down. You don't hear him thumping no more, running around. He's just projecting his voice. That's it. He had to get up. He might be into watching the game or something. You sit your ass down here. Well, come in here. You know?
Because there was something that he was doing in the next room that was bothering him.
Yeah.
And that's what goes into the word cry, like complain. And the righteous, they complain continually.
Right.
You know? So it's like you have somebody that's a nuisance to you, and you crying out, shut up!
Yeah, yeah. Hey, the Lord said, surely oppression make a wise man mad.
Yeah, that's it.
You know?
That's it.
Another thing is that the scriptures say the Lord will set a mark upon those
That sigh and that cry for all the abominations
that be done in the midst thereof. So we got all reasons to cry, man.
Yeah.
But there's not a day that goes by we don't cry. And sometimes brothers break down and physically cry. You know? But that crying out is that calling out, man. See, babies, they can't speak your language yet. You have to be taught what language to speak. All right? But one way how to let you know that they feel it some type of way, they need help, they cry. So that's why you be sitting there picking them up. You're like, damn, I picked you up. Put him back down. Oh shit, let me feed him. Damn. Next thing you know, you change his pamper, he shut up. He wanted to be changed. He didn't want no food, he didn't want to be picked up, he just wanted to be changed, man.
So it says, cry aloud, spare not.
Spare not. Spare not what? Their feelings, man. Why would we come out here and spare their feelings, man? When we know that these 2/3 of the Lord's people are a bunch of stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious people, man. That they will not hear the law of the Lord, man. See? Tells us in Jeremiah to make our head strong against their head, man. You know? because they're rough. Our people are hard-headed. See, Esau, you think you're gonna have your way with these ninjas, man? And these harlots of Israel? The Most High didn't have his way with them, man. This is why we're put in this predicament, man. We're put in this situation of captivity. Yeah. Who the hell do you think he is? You know, you think it's gonna be easy for putting devices in people? You know? So you put this campaign together, you drill it, you drill it, you drill it. They say you say one thing enough, you believe in a lie, or well, you say a lie long enough, you believe in it. You know? They thinking over the period of time and the gifts. Coming with gifts. You know, how about you take this and we give you a free cheeseburger? How about you take this? Yeah, we give you a joint. That stuff not gonna work, man. But
It says, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
If I mean, that's why he gonna like make these niggas like fucking zombies and shit, man. You know, because he's just gonna have these niggas take them out, man. You know, like that's why they show that. And that's why they make those movies, man. You know that movie Self, the movie Kingsman. All right, the TV show Unlisted on Netflix. You're gonna have all these people that get that jet, take out all the people that don't want to get it, man, and then just leave his yellow listers, man, to be the worker ants in his new world order, man.
yeah, Esau wants you to cooperate and him kill you. You want me to cooperate while you kill me?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? You want me to cooperate with you so you can kill me? It don't work that way.
Yeah.
Stop resisting.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Why you got your foot on my neck?
Yeah.
You know? Esau got a damn taser in your neck. They want you to stop moving and shit.
And that's how you know Jake sleep, man. They're up here making these statues and shit of
George
Floyd.
Floyd.
Putting them all around the states, in the urban cities, in the downtown area, as if he did something.
Right.
Why do he need a monument? Why do we gotta keep seeing his face? Him out of a million, a trillion of Israelites, man, died over the period of the hands of police officers. Cold blood lynching. All right, now you got cameras. So now they're being seen on camera, man. Public lynchings. That's all it is, man. They have never stopped. You have never came out of slavery. It's just modern day slavery. This is why you're the butt. You're the at the end of every gun, man. Bah! Another Jake going, and it still didn't stop. What new policies came into play that was going to stop police officers from roughing up or destroying, you know, these Israelites or these so-called blacks and Latinos in the streets? Nothing. He ain't even get any money. He ain't getting nothing, man.
Oh, well, they'll give you a Juneteenth, a holiday that commemorates the end of slavery, which it didn't end, man.
Yeah, and now there's something going now. I was watching that dude, Dr. Umar, and he was doing this video. I came across it. I was going through the feed, you know, and I clicked on the video, and now they're trying to rewrite history by saying that the slaves that was on the ships being brought over here, the women, they were gay and all this and that. You gotta watch the clip. If I show you how the clip, I should have sent it. I just seen it this morning. But like basically they're trying to say that the word pride has been colonialized. When you hear the word pride, it's no longer, you don't think of black pride, you think of you think of that now. So they strive to adapt the word pride unto that. They want you, when you say pride, they want you to think of them. And they saying that during the slave, when we was on the cargo slave ships, you know, men were gay. You know, men were this, men were that. It's bullshit, man. Wow. All straight bullshit. But you gotta see the video. But go ahead.
So it says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression."
Yeah, show the Lord's people their transgressions. Where they going off at? You can watch Jake right now. Look at them. They be going off, walking down the street, smoking cigarettes, smoking blunts. You know.
Hey, you had this ninja. The brother in the UK, I put it up. He was saying that, you know, if my wife is cool with me having threesomes, so I wouldn't mind her getting you know what I'm saying, getting ran through while I watch.
That nigga crazy. Those are animals. Those are animals Man, even lions and gazelles and bears, man, tigers got more sense than you niggas, man.
Yeah, niggas done.
You know, because they don't do that crap. You let one of the lonely lion walk up in the territory of a lion and his lioness and his pride, man.
Yeah.
He gonna get beat the fuck up by the women too. You know, go watch the lion episodes on Discovery and all that, man. You know, National Geographic. You got a lion creeping up. He maybe got kicked out because what happens is one lion he'll be from the litter. He might gotta go. He gotta venture on his own to be a man or to be a lion, an adult lion, and eventually he comes across a pride, but he has to fight the father. He has to fight the head, and if he wins, then the one that was the head has to leave. And then he kills off his seeds, his cubs, and then he makes his own, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got more sense than you niggas, man. You know? Just on order level. Because you dudes are, man.
Right. It says, and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sin.
Hey, so show you your transgressions, and to show you the sins. And sin is transgression of the law. You know? So you have to be told. Whether you hear it for a bit, whether you receive it or you don't. Alright?
It says Isaiah 13:2, or continuing on, it says, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Right, and that's the angels, what you call UFOs, man. Alright? The mighty ones. These are the Lord's air forces, man. The Heavenly Father, scripture say the Lord of hosts, meaning the Lord of armies. When it goes into Almighty, it's talking about our Elijah. Okay? Terrible demon-like power. And when you look it up, it say devastator. The Lord devastates you, man. Okay?
It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Yeah, because the Lord said his determination is to gather the nations. So when it goes into third world war, you're gonna have all these different nations banding together. They're gonna band together and they're gonna make this tumultuous noise to fight. What's that, 2 Ezra 13? Go ahead.
It says, the Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle.
So that shows you there. The Lord just gave you a tip. He basically told you. He's refereeing both sides. He mustered the host of the battle. All right? His determination is to gather you together so he can pour upon you his righteous anger. So what the Lord is doing in Edomites, he's bringing you all together. You want to bring us together, but he's going to bring you and the rest of the nations together, which is NATO. Okay?
That proves that we can't take anything into our own hands. We can't get delivered by voting. We can't be delivered by coming together, building together a new Black Wall Street or whatever, you know. And we can't come against this devil by fighting because it's the Lord's determination to gather the nations. So it's out of our hands.
Yeah.
All we can do is just wait on Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yeah, there's moves being made. The Heavenly Father's playing chess. Right. You know, a chess that you can never win. He's playing himself. You know how certain chess places be real good? They play themselves.
Yeah.
But Most High is playing himself in chess. You know, you just a pawn.
Right.
If he move you gotta move.
Right.
You know? Soon it's gonna be checkmate. You know? Angels come, Yahushua come, got him. Got him.
Yeah, plus if I may add, this like, it's not our homeland, man. We literally came here for captivity. Our homeland is the land of Israel, man, which we can't wait to go back over there, man. Can you imagine finally being over there chilling? You know, and that's actually, it's actually ours, man. There's no more discussion, no more debating with vocab and these other clowns, man. You know, so we wasn't even meant to prosper here, man.
Brother say that, man, bring up a couple of thoughts going through my head this week. I got a little cold. You know, ain't no COVID, man.
I got one down.
You know, I'm up under the weather and shit. I think it's because of my diet, right? You know, for brothers to know, you know. But anyway, I got immediately pissed off, man. I got pissed off because it's like, damn, in this flesh, it's gonna die, man. This flesh is terrible, man. Here it is, you do everything you could, take your vitamins, work out. If the Lord wanted to get you sick, man, you're gonna be sick, man. There is no defeating that. You can work out, you can take all the vitamins. That's why Easter. You Edomites, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
They're taking all these different vitamins, certain elites, taking all these different vitamins, you know, they're monitoring their hearts, their everything, vitals.
They get heart transplant.
Yeah, because they're afraid of dying. Well, guess what, man? In this life, this place was made for destruction, man. Even these bodies, man. Shit
Now
just
he's a shadow of death.
pissed me off, man. It's like, damn. It's like, what did I do? Damn. Hate, you hate that feeling, man. Face all congested and shit. Can't barely see, sitting there, laugh. Gotta sleep with your mouth open, man.
Yeah.
You know? And nowadays, if you get a little cold, all of a sudden,
Everybody looking at you crazy.
yeah, you blow your nose, they go. Like, damn, what happened to people having regular cold? God damn.
Absolutely.
I'm good. I'm all right.
Can't even
The
go
Spirit
to-
of the Lord. I'm okay. I can get up and function. I ain't sitting here laid out. I ain't about to run to no freaking to they death clinic, you know, so they can kill me.
And charge you.
Hell no, I got faith in the Lord, man.
They're gonna kill you and charge you while they do
And
it.
guess what? In a few days, it'll be all over. It's like it never exists.
Like
All
Esau.
praise to Yahweh Shah.
And because Esau thinks that the Lord created us imperfect, man.
Right.
How come all these thousands of years and all these civilizations, how many of them had mystery punches that you got to take, you know, when you grow up and all this thing? Never. You know, because what? The Lord made our bodies perfect. Hey, even according to their own documents and the Fauci emails and all those things, they're saying the ones that took, the people who are good are the ones that took the mystery punch and the ones that got it in the first place. Because what their bodies automatically generate antibodies, you know, to resist it and fight it off. So if you get it once, you can't get it again. That's how
Yeah, it's
beautiful
called-
the body is, man.
Listen, brother gonna see spiritual. The Lord gonna ignite spiritual powers on a brother. It ain't gonna take nothing that Esau give you. So then what you gonna say? When a brother start having spiritual powers, when the brothers that the Lord choose ignite that spiritual power within them, he educate, bring out, what you gonna do then? They ain't take nothing to Esau. They wasn't in the lab being experimented on. It wasn't in your military. All of a sudden, what you gonna say? Because the Lord is setting the stage for that, man. This is why them angels keep talking about it. The chariots, the so-called UFOs. See, Esau thinks he's slick because he wants to put his narrative on it. He wants to capitalize and say, okay, we know what they are, and kind of use it to his advantage to bring a forth new world order. You know, one world religion and all these things, right? But also, too, he has to talk about them because the Lord is showing them. So he has to capitalize on them before, you know, the people make of it before he do. Well, we already made of it, man. We already know what they are. We already know what they are, man. See, it changes everything by admitting, you understand, it changes everything by admitting that the UFOs they exist. It changes everything. It makes everything now considered weird, or let's say supernatural. It makes everything super. If I'm saying this right, is that the right word? It's gonna make. I'm gonna just say weird. It make everything weird now. Now things are gonna happen that you never thought could happen.
Right.
You don't know. Esau's not spiritual. Yeah, he's a spiritual demon on the left hand side, but you don't know the ways of the Lord. You know?
And that's a faith builder anyway, because how many years have, you know, the apostles and elders and brothers been bringing out UFOs, chariots, and people in believing, and now all of a sudden the government is talking about it. So that ignites a spark of faith right there. And you said the Lord is going to put a spirit on people, like not to resist.
Right.
You know, things like that boost people's faith, where you can't tell them nothing anymore. You're not going to be able to convince them to take any jabs, or take any chips or anything like that. And I got a quick scripture, Romans 11, and I'll start at 3. Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altar, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
When Esau, you think that you got every man of the Lord round up, put them in concentration camps, ship them out there to Guantanamo Bay. The Lord still got men of the Lord you don't know about. That's what it's saying, man. Okay? think that you done got everything all in your grips, and you're being a board restrictor, you got everything in your grip. Well, guess what? You're missing out on something. You know?
That reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. They'll be on a planet fighting one of the bad guys or something. Then out of nowhere, Goku come out, and then the bad guy looking shook, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't know about him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
Who is he?
yeah, exactly. Like,
Power he has.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we know everything that they up to. They don't know everything that we up to, because it's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know everything that the Most High, Yahushua's coming to do. You the only fool that has deceived to actually thinking that you're gonna trump the Most High.
Yeah.
Like you got one up on him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we in the grove, we doing this, and yeah, everything going according to plan. No, it's not, man. It's going according to the Most High's plan.
It doesn't matter how far you dig under the earth. The Lord sees it. All right? Doesn't matter how high you fly. The Lord sees it. Doesn't matter how deep you go into the ocean. The Lord sees it. He knows all your thoughts.
I was looking at this clip, right? This dude, he was, now I know it's bullshit, but Esau tried to do everything that he try to say they know everything. Like they was getting into like different planets, the galaxies, the numbers of the galaxies, saying how much this galaxy weigh, how much this galaxy weigh. They saying they do certain measurements, weight by this, and like, how the fuck do you know that, man?
Even Esau's technology is not accurate. Okay? Right. The Lord know how to trick your computers to go off.
Yeah.
You know? So you're not, Esau's banking on technology to be his God. And then that's why you got Elon Musk making statements saying, you know, you can't beat him, then join him. He did the Joe Rogan interview, what was that, like a year ago or two or something like that. And he was saying, he was all spook looking, and he was all saying it all dramatic, you know. The best thing we can do is, you know, plug ourselves up to it. That's the only way they could be competitors compared to this artificial intelligence. Is that they need, he's basically saying we need to plug ourselves into this artificial intelligence as well in order to keep up, because it's going to overpass you. So who will create such a thing, all right, technology to run over you? But you're the human, you know. But this is 2nd Esdras 16 and 54. Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts, which spec but the word, let the earth be made, and it was made. Let the heaven be made, and it was created. And in his word were the stars made, and he knoweth the number of them. Esau, could you count the stars? Could this technology count all the stars in the galaxy? No. It says, he searcheth the deep and the treasures thereof. He hath measured the sea and what it containeth. He hath shut the sea in the midst of the waters, and with his word hath he hanged the earth upon the waters. Hey, you look at it, the earth itself, it's not drifting in the galaxy, it's actually set on nothing. That's powerful. The Lord said he governs the earth in the palm of his hand, man. Yeah. He said, earth is my footstool, heaven is my throne. But the earth itself, it's not just orbiting, spinning, and migrating in the galaxy. It's sitting in one space, man. Right. So that shows you there's a God. There's a power.
Actually, the earth is the center of the universe, and it's called geocentricity. And the reason why they have it right now, that they have the sun in the center of the universe, and the earth is just a big ball of curling rock around, and all the other planets in the solar system. That's what you call heliocentricity, which is actually worshiping the sun. And also too, it goes into the theory of evolution, because if the sun exploded and happened to just create the earth that flew around, you know, that's flying around a big hurling chunk of rock, and the fact that the so-called white man is in power of the earth right now, in his eyes, that will go to show that he is the most evolved on the planet. Right. So through evolution, he's the most superior, when really it's the Lord that set him up to be that way.
Yeah. Right. If that was the case, where do you get the moon from? Because the moon is a lesser light.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Precept. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Yeah.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Right.
Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground?
Which is not talking about demon spiritual Satan. Okay? Lucifer, it just means light bearer, man. They make movies, they call it Lucifer, and it be this devil. As if it's this one particular, demon.
Yeah.
It's talking about these Edomites. They the light bearer. They hold light. They are enlightened on the left-hand side. They're the ones ruling the people with anger, man. They're the ones that with a continued stroke, putting hell upon the nations, especially you Israelites, man. Go ahead.
Which didst weaken the nations.
Who weakened the nations? Esau. We were talking about that earlier in K. Democracy, false philosophy. All right, his traditions. When you had Moab, they had their ancient traditions, but now they're walking around here in suit and ties just like Esau. Because they figure a suit and tie, it's more moderate and it's more how can I say it? I don't know the word. It's more professional. Yeah. What the hell is professional with Ito, man? Or what's proper? That shit proper.
Yeah.
Esau tells you what words you should use, which way you should dress, which way how you should talk and manner yourself. Get the hell out of here, man. You're an Edomite. How dare you? Yeah, the lowest among all the heathen. So that means Moab and Ham got more stink, more flavor than you. So how this damn devil gonna tell us how to speak? Tell us how to look up words. Tell us what we should wear. You don't want you to wear a beard on your face. That's a Greek custom. They solely striving to push this modes and transformers, this pride thing they have going upon us, and they keep trying to escape from that Greek custom. See, a lot of these kids, they go to school, they don't know nothing about Greeks. They might learn about Alexander the Greek, all right, but they don't know the Greek lifestyle. They don't know what was going on in these Colosseums, man. And their parties back then when they ruled, man. That whole thing back then is disgusting. I remember watching a documentary on this Edomite woman, and she was basically going over the history of the Greeks. And there was the part where she didn't even want to talk about it. She said, no way that this could exist today in our world. And she was talking about pedophilia, man. Heavy. And she was saying, you get into it, they was taking little boys. Man, shit, that shit
was regular too back then, especially with that. But in Athens, that's why Spartans called them Athenian boy lovers. But if you was a citizen of Athens, then they would allow you to have a little kid as a boyfriend. But in order to do that, you would have to get your citizenship first. See? That shit was mad regular back then.
Yeah.
Hey, like.
Hey, you watch today's, you can watch Spartacus.
I was just about to say that.
Spartacus, bunch of warriors, man. Warriors, kick combat. Next thing you know, a scene going by, you see another man on another man, man. Shit is dead. But that was that Greek custom, man. All right, going into the Roman custom. Those are Edomites. But now they're trying to push that custom and make it a norm among the so-called blacks and Latinos. Get the hell out of here. That's Greek tradition, man. Hey, over there in Europe, like this guy, the boxer Joshua, and just recently Tyson Fury, him and Dante Wilder had the face-off. And, Dante, he's still asleep, man. He's going to get up there and say, and I'm going to give all praises to my Lord and Savior, JC, And then when he was done, Tyson Fury came up and he said, well, I want to say, well, at least he's praying into the right gods. Gods with an S. That goes back to the Greeks. They was praying to all of these different gods. To the gods. And Joshua was saying that shit. Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury father said that he's going to lose. He said his son is going to lose because the stars not lining up. Because they worship these false different gods, man.
So 2 Samuel 7:22. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord power, for there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears.
Yeah, because there's only one power, one God, man. Okay? And that's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, which through his son, Yahweh Shai, who sits on his right-hand side, is also the greatest power, man, under the Most High. The second greatest, man, that governs the whole universe, man. And that's our Lord. That's our big brother. He coming for us to save us, man. Lord willing, we be those men, man. Lord's willing.
You're like, there's no freaking Titans, man. And I'm sitting at a round table, all looking down on planet Earth, arguing with each other. No, we should ain't none of that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's just the Most High and His only begotten Son.
Hey, what was that movie? With them Greeks, they was different gods. What was that movie, man? They was all like gold. They was like
God of Egypt or something like that.
Damn, I forgot the name of the movie. It's a movie basically about these like Zeus. They had power. They was fighting each other. They was killing each other. I forgot.
They pretty much had it in like God of War too, like God of War. They had Zeus, Hermes, Athena, all those things. And really, that just goes to show that this is ancient Rome all over again, because every day out of the week is a Greco-Roman god.
Look,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
hey, not to cut the brother off, but look at this damn Catholic Church over here, man.
Yeah.
Look at the building structure, man.
Right.
Goes back to Rome, man.
Yeah, gargoyles and shit up there.
Yeah. This is Rome all over again. This is the second leg of Rome.
They celebrate the New Year in January, which goes back to Janus, meaning God of the beginning.
Yeah, and that's why we're trying to tell you simple Negroes, that's supposed to be of the circumcision, that the Sabbath don't come in on a Friday night, it ends on a Saturday night. Exactly. There's no such thing as a Friday and a Saturday.
Right. What we follow to this very day is known as the Gregorian calendar. Okay. Before the Gregorian calendar, all right, you had the when you go into the days of the month, you have the first day, the second, all the way up to the 29 and a half, and then there was a new moon.
You had a person that just came by. Remember they said Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, see that? Yeah. Go ahead, you got something?
Well, just to prove that the Greeks worship many gods and that the Israelites worship one God. This is Acts chapter 17. I'll start at verse 16. Now, while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city boldly given unto idolatry, or given to idolatry.
Sure.
So right there it shows you the worshiping many different idols and stuff like that. And going back to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 4, hear, O Israel, the Lord our Lord is one Lord. And that's what shows that Israel only worship one God. So it's the two different things. And then the churches go into the scripture, no Jew, no Greek, but we are all one, but we are not. You know what I'm saying? The Jews, there's a difference between the Jew and the Greek.
This is Sirach, chapter 43, verse 5. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The moon is called after her name. It says increase.
A light. Read it again.
It says the month. Excuse me.
Because that's what moon means. It means month. Go ahead.
It says he made the moon also. Excuse me. Let me read it again. Yeah. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon also to strive in her season, for a declaration of times, and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. When the moon is in its perfection, it's a full moon. But then when it decreases, that's how you can tell. It's called waxing and waning. Now when you have the new moon and it starts to give its light and it makes its phase into a full moon, it's waxing. When it does the opposite, when it starts to go back to a full moon, it's waning. So that's when it's in a full moon. From there, it decreases in its perfection.
And when you look at it, like there's so much that's in the earth that's actually governed, in general by by the moon. You know, the waters of the earth. You know, the waters that we have in our body. You know, that's how it can play an effect on you. That's why they use the word lunatic. You know what I'm saying? Or like when it's a red moon, blood moon, so to speak. Different things like that. The moon has a that people don't really consider. You know what I'm saying? And all of our holy days and things like that are based off of the moon. You know, we go according to that, not the sun.
Like you said, lunatic goes back to lunar.
Yeah.
It says, verse 8, it says, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. So the point is in verse 8, where it says, the month is called after her name. Come on, man.
This is the Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the powers made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So you have the that goes to show that the moon itself has its own light, because a lot of people like to say that the light that comes on the moon is a reflection off of what is it? It's the sun shining through the earth and casting on the moon. When in reality the moon generates its own light. That's more sun worship, man. You know.
Hey, real quick, this is Psalms 104:19. It says, he appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth his going down. Like, it's simple, man. It's off the moon. Why would the Lord have to say that, man? All right, because why? Seasons determine our months and days goes off the moon, man. That's why back then they used to say the first day on the second month, the seventh day on the sixth month, whatever, you know?
And you know, you hear arguments. Like I remember I was speaking to this cat from IUIC. Seemed like a nice, okay guy, but you know, he's stuck in his philosophy. And we were talking about it, and he was like, well, if the new moon is when the moon is completely dark, like how can you tell you're supposed to look up in the sky and see that there's no moon? And I was like, well, brother, the same thing can be said. What if it's cloudy outside? You know what I mean? What if it's cloudy and you can't see the moon? The point is that you had the Issacharites. You had a group of people that were that were set specifically to follow the moon and to set up the calendar.
Right, and that's why it's called new moon, right? Because that's the beginning of months. But then every day, every week, every seventh day comes the Sabbath. It's the Sabbath that day. So why in the hell, if you're gonna, in your Israelite camp, and you're gonna say that Sabbath is Friday night and Saturday night, why would you hold a new moon and then just jump to Friday night? You're gonna go off. Yeah. That's why it's called the new moon. It's been given to us for seasons, all right, in times. As we read, that's how you know it goes off the moon, not Friday night to Saturday night, right?
This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord.
Right. Yeah, this is Psalms 81:3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our Solomon feast day. You know, that's the point.
Yeah, I got some real quick. This is Amos 8:5 saying, when will the new moon be gone that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath that we may set for wheat?
Oh, let me say this too. In the Sabbath, you know, Sabbath is a if you dishonor the Sabbath, that's worthy of being put to death, man. You know, so that's how important the Sabbath is. And if you're in this truth, you want to follow after truth. You know, you want to the best of your ability, man. You know, it's a time when you're ignorant, and it's a time when you're not ignorant, man. Because you're gonna know. But don't be a hard head. Here it is, you might be in your ignorance. The Lord said you wake up at your ignorance. But when you Lord sent forth many prophets before you to tell you the truth. You deny it. Now you wicked. Now you wicked, man. You know?
It says, making the ephod small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
And both of those scriptures that they brought out, it's just showing you like one after the other, like when will the new moon depart or when will the Sabbath go? And then using it in conjunction, right, one after another to show you that it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more. This is with David and Jonathan. It's 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 4. Then said Jonathan unto David, whatsoever thy soul desireth, I will even do it for thee. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the third day at evening. So you had like, so that's an example right there, the third day. So you have the new moon, and then you had day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way up, so on and so forth.
He said, what, third day at evening. So just correlating that at evening time, that's going to be the third day of the month. That's when it starts.
That's right. Jumping down to the 18th verse. Then Jonathan said unto David, tomorrow is the new moon, and thou shalt be missed, because thy feet will be shall be empty. Jumping down to the 27th verse. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, Wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday nor today? So, you know, they were following that new moon heavy. And they had a feast day that day where they had a feast on the new moon as well. So, you know, it all correlates to what we're reading in the scriptures, man. You know?
Yeah, brother gives like prophecy.
Back to Isaiah 13. So, back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3.
Yeah, hey, really this place is coming to an end, man. And you can see it. You watch a lot of different articles coming up. See, it's like, seem like, because scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it. Because it seems like everything is kind of calmed down after what we went through in 2020. All right, you know, now they telling these jokers to take off their masks and all that, you know, and that's really because now they established for the business to take advantage of what they were set up for to do, and that's really to force you, you know, because they set the they set the wave when they started this whole thing of what you call, or what happened in 2020,
Right.
you know. And that's how we know that this is nothing but a prelude, you know, to really usher in that MOB. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the MOB. You know, you taking that mark.
They was talking about you mentioned like forcing. Now this came out today. This is what's going on in Russia. So it says, hammered by infectious new Delta variant, I guess you could say that, Russia is now finding it has to get deadly serious about the C9 jab reluctance. So those that are reluctant or refuse to take it, they're going to start really coming down seriously and starting to use force on them. You know, those that are reluctant. And you know what happens over there? What happens over there in Great Britain? Hey, what happens over there in the Philippines? This guy Duarte, he's telling people, like, if you don't take the mystery punch, I'm throwing you in jail. He straight up said that. You know, so what did he say? He said, I'm gonna throw you in jail. It stinks in there. There's cockroaches everywhere. It's dirty, and we're gonna inject you with something. He said he's gonna do some messed up stuff for those that don't want to take it. You know, so stuff that happens over there, you know, eventually is gonna be adopted over here.
Right. Well, look, boy, this came out on drive.com. You know, because wow, Jake out here having a summer. Well, this is what Esau's doing. This is from the drive.com, the war zone. The National Guard just stimulated a cyber attack that brought down utilities nationwide. And they've been throwing out these little pictures, you know, of letting you know that there will be a blackout, man. That's right. Yeah. And they're doing stimulated drills on a computer over and over and over, calculating you know, how to regulate the people during this type of crisis. And what I get from this is that auto-abkeo, problem reacts and solution. You know, they cause a problem when people react and then they bring a solution. It's the same thing when they started in 2020. It's the same thing. This is why you had Fauci. You had this guy, Dr. Fauci. You got Bill Gates. How was they able to predict this great disease, man, that was gonna come in Trump's term? That was Fauci that said that back in 2017, I think. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I think he was at a college campus or something like that. Somewhere on the podium, and he was saying that in Trump's term, he's gonna have to deal with this great disease. Yeah. How was he able to predict that? Because they do stuff like this. Stimulated a cyber attack that brought down utilities nationwide. All right, now real quick, it says the national, let me get to the point. It says, well, I read, it says the National Guardsmen just completed a 2-week training exercise which saw them respond to a stimulated cyber attack that took out critical utilities across the United States. The exercises have become an annual event, but this year took on even more significance after coming on the heels of several major ransomware and cyber attacks that crippled large parts of American infrastructure in recent months. You know, and this article came out just as they destroyed that building in Miami. I don't know how, I don't know if brothers really got into it, but that dude got moved. He was basically saying the earth opened up. But then I heard, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching the Dallas Brothers, and I believe they said something about somebody's paperwork, somebody's information was in there, so they destroyed the building, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, it says the exercises were part of a 7th Cyber Yankee. That's what it's called, a Cyber Yankee. It says a training event that brings together guardsmen, because this is all about bringing all of them into one body. You know, they got different sections, you know, of this police force that they have, you know. So it says brings together guardsmen from throughout the New England region to test their responses against stimulated cyber attacks. So from New England all the way to America, they all become in one body, right? It says this year's exercise stimulated a cyber attack that targeted utilities on the West Coast before spreading east across the United States toward New England. In addition to offering hands-on training on how to respond to active cyber attacks, the exercise was also intended to build cyber defense collaboration between the National Guard and the private sector partners, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, Cybersecurity, and Infrastructure Security Agency, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the U.S. Cyber Command, among others. You know? So I just leave it there. It's a little lengthy article, but Esau is sharper than the sword, man. All right, and they're getting ready for that, for this great old, well, I wouldn't say,
To mention the blackout, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verses 11. It says, and I will bring them out with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And you can see Egypt is still around, so we're talking about another Egypt. This is Egypt, man. You know, this is the modern day Egypt. The Lord said he's going to smite this land with the plagues as before. And one of the plagues, because the definition of the word plague just means to cause continual trouble or distress. And one of the plagues was Exodus 10 and 20. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. So that's coming back, man.
Yeah. Now you went into the word plague. What it mean?
It's pretty much distress.
Distress.
I got it right here.
Oh my God, it said felt.
It says definition of this plague, cause continual trouble or distress.
Continued trouble. And that's what he is also bringing. Continued trouble. You know? Continued trouble. One after another, man.
I was gonna say, couple of examples. So you had the cyber attack on the oil pipeline. You know, that caused some distress. Every time there's a shortage with gas, you know, people need gas to drive around in their cars. You know, whenever there's a hurricane or any major disaster, first thing that people are lined up around the block for is gas. So they hit that caused some trouble and distress, almost like a plague. And they also had the cyber attack on that meat plant, I believe it was. That's why before that even hit, they were talking about how there's going to be a shortage of chicken and beef, you know, and people should start eating cicadas. The news is like pushing cicadas to eat, you know, like grasshoppers and shit like that. So it wouldn't be far-fetched. It wouldn't be that far-fetched, you know, for them to hit the power grid, you know, cause a plague and cause people to panic. Cyber attack, you know? Gas. Yeah. That was the first thing I said. Yeah, that's the gas. Yeah.
This is Isaiah 60:1. Well, the point is at 2. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is risen up upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Can you imagine? So all of this stuff wrapped up in one. That's why it says they're in trouble after earth has never seen before since there was a nation, man. Imagine darkness, wait, zombie-like motherfuckers out here, man. And there's no food around, you know. And there's newly created beasts and demons, apparitions, man. You know, terrorizing you. And then you still gonna have your gangbanging niggas that still squatted up. If they run into a woman, it's over, man. So it's gonna get fucking crazy out here, man. But the Lord's gonna hold us down, man. You know, really, we don't even got nothing to worry about, man. The scriptures say, you know, he that doubted is damned while he eateth. And then Yahushua said, verily, verily, if thou doubt not, thou shalt not only do to this fig tree, but if thou say to the mountain, be thou removed, it shall be done. So really, we're not even supposed to doubt at all, because Yahushua cares for us, man. And just imagine if the Lord gave you spiritual powers, and you got your son next to you, man. You think you're gonna let somebody mess with your son if you got spiritual powers? So Yahushua is power. So you think you're gonna let somebody, you know, mess with us or take the chip? When he said that none of us is gonna be plucked out of his hand. So really, we're gonna be good, man. Even if we ones that get put to death, the Lord's gonna give us a spirit to be able to deal with that. And then we're gonna come back in a chariot anyway, man. So we can't lose if we the Lord's elect. So fuck you, man. You Edomite. Gave you 2/3 of the wrong people.
Yeah, this is Job chapter 5 and 20. It said, well, 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in a league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thou tabernacle, which is your house, shall be in peace. And thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thy offspring as the grass of the earth.
Hey, and that goes into sighing and crying, because why would you laugh at destruction and famine? You know what I'm saying? If you had something to be happy about in this place, but if you don't, you're gonna be happy when your cry is answered.
Yeah. Another reason too, because it said, rejoice at them, blessed is he that lives to see the fall of his enemy. So when all hell's breaking loose, we literally living out the fall in the very true beginning of us beginning to live. Like Esau is the end world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Yeah. So we gonna be hyped, bro. And it says, leave unto them that now be increased at their last end. So we gonna be increased, man. It's gonna be increased, man.
The more Esau fall, the more we get stronger, man. The more Esau fall, the more we get stronger. The more we come up to power.
Right.
So the more that he's being revealed as the devil that he is, in the brightness of his coming, we out of here, man. It says, thou shalt come to thy grave in the full age, like as a stock of corn cometh in the season. Lo, this we have searched it, so it is, hear it, and know thou it without good. So he said we're gonna laugh at death. And if you imagine, people would think you're a madman. What the hell he laughing about? What the hell he's so rejoicing about? You know, because you got one, You got refuge. Matter of fact, this is in the book of Psalms, chapter 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say, Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thou shield and buckler. You know, because we're going to be protected from those nuclear missiles, man. All right? Or any plague that's going to be set forth in that day. Airborne diseases.
Right.
Okay?
And the snare of the fowler. These Edomites, man. You know? Always trying to, you know, like, let's say all hell breaks loose and everybody's like, come to the stadium or come things like that. Meanwhile, you walk into your death.
Yeah.
You know, that's a
Yeah.
snare.
Yeah, that's the first do not follow the multitude, man. Just because the multitude, come on. We heard it was refuge down at the stadium, fair stadium. Let's go. Oh, look. Gotcha. Come right this way. Y'all can go. I'll be there.
I forgot something.
You remember they let it slip that time on the news? They had that homeless man outside. They was like, they're killing people in there. Yo, they was like, what? He's like, yo, I'm killing the kid. He was like, cut the camera.
Well, they was chipping. What's that? New Orleans,
Harvey?
Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
They was chipping babies, man. You got people with stories that they were saying that if they didn't give their child over to be microchipped, they would have been put in jail.
Yeah.
So they was experimenting back then, you know?
It came out that a lot of them, I guess them trailer park homes or whatever that they was giving people that lost their houses, it had like asbestos and stuff in there, you know?
Never trust that. Real quick, it says, finish it up. Psalms 91 and verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fleeth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yeah, nor for the pestilence. You know, hey, we walk around, we don't need no mask. You know what I mean? We ain't afraid of no Delta variant, man. You know what I mean? These guys be lying, like, and people don't understand that, man. But and these are people that hold the Bible to high regard, man. They say that they love sweet Jesus, man. Right. You know? What happened? The Lord said that He shall not, give you the spirit of fear, man. Where's your faith in Where's your faith in the Lord, man?
Yeah. It's too much knowledge to be stupid, man. Yeah. Here it is, the CDC. They were even saying that the young kids that got jabbed up, they said there was a correlation between those that got jabbed up and heart inflammation problems.
Yeah, these people, you got these kids out here getting heart palpitations now, you know? And at first, when this thing was coming out, they were saying that, kids aren't, that children under like 25 years old, people 25 and younger aren't even the highest priority. It's like the older people that are the most vulnerable. Now they're saying with these new different strains and stuff like that, we gotta look to find a way to get a 12-year-old and younger. The mystery punch, man.
And then there's no repercussion.
Exactly.
Nobody gets blamed for nothing. You can't even take them to court. And I guess you got to deal with that for the rest of your life. And they want you to comply so they can kill you.
I was going to say, not that it matters, but it hasn't even been approved by the Food and Drug Administration. You know, not that even matters, but you got that, and you got the fact that if something happens, you have an injury, you can't even sue these cats, man.
Yeah.
Who in
their right mind?
Who in their right mind would take a deal like that, man?
Crazy.
You know, half of these people, the majority, because Jake, they'd be like, I hate Trump. Trump is the biggest idiot in the planet. He's the one that orchestrated Operation Warp Speed, man. Right. And you're gonna take something that he spearheaded, all right, and injected in your body, and if you ask them what is it, what's the content of what you just took, they don't even know, man. Goofy as hell, man. Crazy.
Let's check right here. Watching the film with the jab, they had the Johnson & Johnson one. It's not dealing with that, but it just shows you like why you can't trust when it says This from CNBC. Johnson & Johnson confirms opioid business has ended in $230 million settlement. Look, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they was selling opioids, whether in their products or in general or whatever. But they have a $230 million settlement, man. Now, they known for what? Bad different products and stuff. And then all last year, you'll see people putting up the information about all of the bad stuff that they had, Johnson & Johnson had within their products, man. But yeah, you trust these people, you know, and then you trust them to take, you know, the jab of it. That makes no damn sense, man.
We're not giving
I was gonna say, you know, how we're gonna be delivered out of all types of things. You know, it tells you in Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is talking about, you know, the microchip and all that, but the same thing with all these other scenarios that we're gonna be put in. And I got 2 Peter 2:9.
Meanwhile, you got the so-called Delta thing. Man, Esau's not playing with you, man. You know you ain't gonna be able to get into these stores unless you jabbed up. And then you're gonna turn into a damn whatever the hell Esau got in store, man. Like shit is sweet, man.
Shall we then make mirth?
So this is 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
So we ain't got nothing to worry about. The Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptation. You know how to, just remove Satan from tempting. You know, give you more confidence, strength, courage. You know, you gotta have courage in these days. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything, as they say. You know, rather die for this truth than die for following after evil. You know, hey, the Lord is a terrible power. You know, the Lord can raise you back and destroy you right before the cross. So you playing with a power, you know, that's not of this world. You know, we're simple, man. We're just dirt and ashes. And the scriptures say, why is dirt and ashes proud? You know, you're supposed to fear the Lord. Fear Yahweh Shah. You know, and that's every day. You don't take that lightly. You know, you gotta always keep in mind, man, you're being watched. You're being watched. And we go off, make mistakes too. But hey, we're being watched. You know, you gotta always examine yourself, man, to see whether you're in this truth. Go ahead, huh?
It's like you see that show them Amazon Prime. Man, that shit crazy as hell, man. You know, but it goes into one of the things that even King David said is give me any plague but the plague of the heart. And the Lord is the one that can plague your mind, bro. There's nothing even be there. And you bugging the fuck out, man. That's one of the things where, like, I don't play with the Lord, man. I ain't trying to get no plague of the heart, man.
Yo, this dude, back in the day, a long time ago, a couple years ago, I don't know, for me, you know, every time, I was in the world, but he'd be walking down the street, every time we'd see him, he'd blow our horn, because he hated the sound of the noise, and he'd sit there and go, start beating his head in. One time we was at the light, and they was like, blow your horn. I was like, and he was like, literally for a minute, beating himself up and all. That's the Lord, man. Yeah. Now that I look back at that, I didn't know what that was. I was in the world.
Madness, astonishment of heart.
Yeah, like they got that one movie called Split, where he literally thinks he has like 10 different personalities. Dude, that's the Lord did that to him, man. Yeah. But Esau say, he's been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Yeah. You know, no, that's demons plaguing your ass, man. The Lord will do that to you, man.
Hey, the Lord can turn you into a mole, man. That's disgusting, man. Giving over to your the lust of your own flesh, man. You know? That's disgusting as hell, man. Them people, them things, they don't tell you the consequences of doing what they do. Right, man. Walking around with bags on and shit because they can no longer piss and blood. Oh, they can't use the bathroom properly. Their life is all destroyed. You can't get that back. You know? That shit is disgusting, man. You know? It's disgusting, man.
Going off what True was saying these people think they ain't good, you know, a good case. It tells you, 2nd Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, and they think themselves to be in good case.
Hey, like these people, a lot of things is cheap. It's a lot of people doing a lot of businesses now. You know, a lot of vacations. They get stimulus checks and all that. They seem cheap. You know.
And it says that they think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So guess what? We ain't seen it all yet. We thought we saw greater evils. The brother South Carolina, the elder brother, South Carolina. He did a video on a baby being tatted.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That shit was fake, though.
yeah.
Like I think they did henna tattoos on them, and then they tried to make it look like it was
Yeah,
tatted
it was
them
just a
up.
thing that the
But it's the thought, though. The thought is even sick for you even to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that shit is crazy, bro.
See that, man? That's crazy. That's the you thought you seen wickedness. How about baby being tatted up? Even though that probably wasn't real, but still, man, he was crying. He was suffering, man. He was crying because his parents,
Wasn't with
his father is fucking demonic, man.
Then they kept saying, Salaki, they kept saying, oh, you the hardest baby.
Right,
You know, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
we
it
don't
was
even
baby
understand
since
what you're
2020.
saying right now.
Right. This is the thing, man. Even if you put fake ink on that child, that's bad because tattoos leak into your bloodstream. The ink goes into your bloodstream. You can get cancer for that. You can get a skin disease for that. Then you wondering all of a sudden why you got a certain skin disease now. You don't realize that ink that you tatted in your arm when you was 18, now you're 30, and all of a sudden you're getting rashes and shit. Because that shit done went into your bloodstream, man.
They say once you get a tattoo, you're ineligible to donate blood.
Word?
Yeah.
Word?
You're not allowed to get blood.
Wow. Never did that. See?
Esau's definitely.
See? I knew it was.
A lot of
I never did that. See? I'm crazy how my shit
And then he wasn't, you know, white
just to
enough.
show you you're not supposed to be putting the ink to my skin, man. You know? You're supposed to be cutting in the flesh. It's the thought, bro. Or the corners of your head, man, and your beard, man. You know? Just gotta hold that up.
In front of the camera, like
That
that.
one?
I can bring out more. Then it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Scourges for amendment, man. Famine. What was it? Famine? What else?
Famine and plague,
With
tribulation and anguish.
Hold on, now. Famine, which is the lack of food and water. Plague. This brother just brought out the definition of plague, which is a continued trouble. You know, that's being brought upon you, constant woes and destruction, calamity. You know, go ahead. What else?
Tribulation.
Famine.
Right here. Okay. Anguish and
22, 23.
Yeah.
Just read a verse from above.
Yeah, let me read the verse again. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Sword. Can't forget the sword. Jake getting killed left and right by police or get killed by each other. Look at these dudes today, man. They dissing they dead ops. It's an ongoing war forever. You know, his father killed your father, so now the grandson killing the uncle. It's crazy, man. Go ahead.
And I was at 19 when I had read that. I went up, my bad. 19 was saying, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Man, scourges for amendment, man. So realize, man, you're supposed to repent. These things are happening because you're wicked, but Jake can't see it, so they get that reward of great destruction. You know, like I said, man, when I was pissed off and I got under the weather and shit, I kept saying to myself, I said, man, I'm glad I don't give a damn what the hell happened. As long as this place blow up in smithereens, man. As long as this place is destroyed. It has to be, man. There's so much wickedness going on that they're begging to be destroyed. Jake is begging for the Lord to destroy them, man. You know?
I'm gonna read 20.
Yeah, you go ahead.
It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of their scourges. And I have read 21, I'm gonna go down to 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Yeah, that's one of the worst ways to die. Die of a famine, man. You watch what's those certain TV shows? They be out shipwrecked. Oh, that should be beautiful, man. Seeing Edomite shipwreck. That's that's the most hilarious,
Spirit.
most entertaining thing to watch,
That's
man.
Edom,
Go watch some shows when Esau is shipwrecked, man. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Dumbass in a body of water out there on a small boat, catching wind. Because it's only the wind blows his fucking boat. And all of a sudden, the storm comes. He didn't get the radio call to turn around. And next thing you know, his whole shit turned over, man. He trying to survive.
Oh my God, bro.
Shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, he got a little, the Lord give him a little, what you call it? You know, the little boat, the little shit, the blow up boat. So he get on there, he lay it out. Then next thing you know, the morning come, the sun comes, it's hot as shit.
Yeah.
And it's in the middle of the ocean on this little ass boat, man.
And it's only salt water, so you can't drink it.
Hours go by, and then show you
Like that. Like you ever seen that movie Life of
2
Pi?
hours went by. Or, you know,
Like a
3
pie or
days,
something
you know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
It's only
12
salt water. You
hours
can't
went
drink
by,
this shit.
whatever. You know, and next thing you know, he's sitting there.
Start hallucinating and
He's
shit.
like hallucinating. Yo, one show I seen, man, this dude started bugging the fuck out. It's a true story. This dude started bugging out, and he thought he saw an island, but the sharks was following his raft because a few men before him had died. So he was like, no. And he jumped. He's like, they're gonna land. He jumped right in the middle of the water with the sharks and tried to swim. He swam halfway out. Next thing you know, he realized the Lord opened his eyes, and he was like,
It was a mirage.
yeah, it was the right. He was hallucinating. And they was like, they kept calling him, come back, come back. The nigga turned around trying to swim back. That shit I said, whoop. Yo, man, that's a beautiful thing. Watch that, man. You get a laugh, man. Get a laugh.
So, Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
See, it's better to be destroyed with the sword than to die of a famine. A famine, your insides eat itself, man. You know? Hey, a couple of them guys on the shipwreck thing that survived, like after 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, they never be the same person again. Because their bodies were so destroyed during that 21-day period he was shipwrecked and he had no food and water. Now all of a sudden he has some certain disease, you know, and his skin be all, and them Edomites get sunburned. They start looking so red, like the skin peeling back on their skin, man. There's a couple of survivors that he's crippled. The guy was crippled, man. His skin didn't look the same no more. He never was the same, even though he survived. So the Lord be having fun with you Edomites on that ocean, man.
Yeah,
He be having fun with them on that ocean.
It's ironic too, because you're surrounded by water, but you can't drink none of it.
That was the issue with that little thing I saw. The guy was so bad.
Salt water.
He was like, I'm thirsty. He started drinking all the water. They said, no, don't drink it. You're gonna get hallucinate. You're gonna hallucinate. He's like, I don't care. It started tasting so good. After a while, he just dripping it. Next thing you know, hours later, yo, that man started hallucinating, man. He jumped right in that water and got ate up by them sharks, man. That shit funny. If I could find that shit.
That should make you more dehydrated drinking the salt.
A little bit more, it says, for these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field. The hands of pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat and the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Hey, that's gonna come back in a big way.
Pitiful.
That's gonna come back in a big way. All right, you're gonna end up being a cannibal, man. Cannibalism. You know, eating your own children, siding them, seasoning them. You know? Oh, it was some sick shit I saw, man. I forgot where the hell I seen it from. But this Edomite, was talking about the dark side, about these elites. In a video I saw. I don't know if this was an actual movie or not, But the clipping that this guy had on YouTube, it was showing an Edomite literally eating a man alive. Like he had him tied down on the bedpost, and the Edomite would come, take the knife and just cut half his little leg off. Even him sitting there bleeding, he's shivering, and he just goes and sit down and start eating his leg, his muscles, and all that.
So yeah, the scriptures, he start snatching on the right hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they start eating. Pretty much people gonna be eating themselves, man. It's like a torso left.
Gonna be like Leslie Crunch.
They had that in that movie, The Wrong Turn. Yo, that's some scary shit. And they all sitting there laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you had a restaurant or something, and they sitting there eating you, having a good time laughing and shit.
Yeah.
Happy that they got food for the next day, man. That's right, yo, man. Terrible times is coming, man. Real talk. That's why you need the Al Shot, man. And that's why that man that's that's surviving through it all, he's gonna be that man that's fine gold, man. You know.
Quick precept off what you were saying, if I'm not. It says 2 Kings 6:25, and it says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Yeah, if I could add too, that's like the brother said, that's why it's important to be around a man of the Lord. Because like if Pharaoh didn't have Joseph, yo, Egypt would have been done. Remember? Because he was the one that interpreted the dream that he was telling him, sow up this food because you have 7 years of famine.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And we keep reading, it says, and as the king of Israel was passing by,
And that just proves that's why it ain't wrong with eating the same thing every day. You know? They got because today you're trained. Imagine a family coming, you're gonna get mad that you eat the same thing every day. As long as it's healthy and keeping you alive.
Right.
But today your woman and everybody, I'm tired of eating that. Let's go eat there, let's go eat here, let's go eat that. I'm good with this. As soon as you do shit, your body starts to be like, uh-oh, what's this? This is poison. This is poison. That's poison. All right, get him sick. Right there, I should have just stuck with that right there when I'm thinking. And then as men, you don't mind. You don't mind. You got some oatmeal in the morning or oatmeal in the afternoon, then you eat your dinner at night. Whatever. Be cool with that. Be cool with that. You know?
Hey, this is a gluttonous society, man. You know, we have free range to have the choices, man. But the time's gonna come, man, when the storehouse is gonna be closed, man. You know, the storehouse is gonna be shut down, pretty much, man. You know, and real quick, that movie Alive. You know, with that Argentinian team that got shipwrecked in the Andes Mountains. You know, they had to resort to eating their own team members, man, when they died, man. You know, to survive, man. They ended up surviving that whole thing, man. They were up in the mountains and they were detached. Yeah, right. When they were detached from civilization, man, they had to take that choice, man, to start eating their own teammates, man. You know?
In that movie, The Wrong Turn, they came across their campsite and they saw like shish kebab or something like that on the freaking steak, and they started eating it, and they were eating it regular. Then they said, "Oh shit!" They saw a finger. Oh. And they was like, "Oh shit, we eating a human!" So they didn't even realize it. So when they go to actually eat people, they're not gonna feel bad about it because it's not gonna taste like nothing crazy, man. It's gonna be better than nothing else for them in that day, man.
And when you're a cannibal, and you eat people, open up and conjuring a demon on you, which is a thirst that you can't stop. You know, that's why you got certain there's a certain nation that in the islands or where I forgot where he was at. Yeah, these dudes, man. Certain tribes, man. It was this tribe that's still living in the forest. I think they were praying into the Lord's Prayer, if I'm not mistaken. But it's lucky. There was a video with these tribes. It was a tribe. Yeah, it was like in a rainforest somewhere, and I believe they were singing the Lord's Prayer, you know. But they were cannibals. They ate each other. You know, when you do that, you're putting a demonic spirit on you. and all of a sudden you can't resist but to eat raw flesh.
Right.
You know?
That's why in the movie on the Book of Eli, they had the test. Let me see your hands because they had to shake. And that's actually accurate because it says here in medicalnewstoday.com, cannibalism, a health warning. The symptoms of Kuru, that's K-U-R-U, are split into 3 phases: headaches, joint pain, shaking, loss of balance, deterioration of speech, and decreased motor control.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say this woman's name, but if you watching, you know, this woman, she's basically kind of sort of in Hollywood a little bit, and she was telling me her story on how you know, she was a model and all that. She didn't know that she was eating raw flesh. She knew she was eating humans until she got this crave. Make a long story short, you know what I'm talking about. Make a long story short, she ended up going to the doctors because she got real sick and she was filled with parasites and worms. And she had to cleanse. They put her on a cleanse and shit like that to detox her from that shit. She said she started to have these cravings and shit like that. That shit is demonic as hell, man.
They be saying that they be saying that McDonald's be having human food. They literally, there was a video I seen years ago, and it was a straight rabbi, yo. He was talking some crazy shit, talking about how they be taking the kids that are missing, they put them in the meat, grind them up, and you know, these people out here, that's why they be like crackheads eating at McDonald's.
It was something in that Popeye's chicken sandwich. Something was in there. Something.
And that's why it's like they get those cravings, because if you ever watch that movie Super Size Me, you had that individual who he never had McDonald's like that, and he was supposed to have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the first time he had a burger, his first reaction was to throw it up. You know, he got sick. Yeah. And then eventually he kept eating it because what? You know, I guess those chemicals or that human flesh.
Called the craving to it.
You get a craving for it, and then that's all you have. And then you see his body deteriorate over the course of a month.
Now I think it was that same movie. He put a like a high-powered microscope. He opened up a chicken nugget and put a high-powered microscope in there, and you literally see little organisms swimming around in those chicken nuggets.
Hairs and shit up in there.
You wonder why the elite Edomites look the way they do. Because all they do is that shit on a daily basis, man.
They conform the people, the rest of the people, to believe that that's the chicken nugget. The chicken nugget, because the McDonald's chicken nugget is distinctive from any chicken nugget that any other place would have. It's distinctive. But people have gone to love it. You know, when people say their favorite chicken nugget, a lot of people would say McDonald's chicken nugget. You know? But this is their idea of chicken nugget. The burgers are not even, that's not even ground beef, man. Most of the ground beef they use
that McDonald's hamburger was never from the get-go since McDonald's started. Remember that video? There was a video on Wall Star with an old Edomite lady back in the what was it? I forgot, but she held on.
Oh, she got the same beat to it.
She held on to a McDonald's burger.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what year.
Mad
20
years.
years. Yeah, 20 years. It was a 20-year burger. Yo, that was crazy.
Well, you know, that
Shit
just
didn't
shows
look
you that McDonald's, that burger was never food, man. It was never actually
Little rat.
Never doing nuggets, nothing. Still, it is perfect.
They're pretty innovative though, I ain't gonna lie.
But it was still perfect.
Fries too.
Fries. They did that in Super Size Me. Fries. And something that doesn't, if you have like a food and it's not what we call biodegradable, if it's biodegradable, you're supposed to leave it outside and eventually it's going to decompose. If you leave something out and it's not decomposing, that's a problem.
That's the problem.
And now, I was gonna say now Bill Gates is controlling the farms and he's controlling the foods. And his mission is he wants you to eat what he calling vegan food, but that vegan processed food that you get, that shit is chemicals, man. That shit ain't, I don't know what it is, but it's not actual vegan from veggies that, you know, being called into an actual food and trick your taste. It's actually some chemical laboratory shit, you know, and he's saying the world should be better if everybody went vegan. You know, he done bought a lot of farms and shit here in the States, you know.
And that's why they constantly pushing GMO so heavy because it's pretty much it's like damn near everything you eating is fucking GMO anyway. So they prepping the body. They constantly get used to all of this stuff because like when we get into stuff with the Hawaiian punch and ultimately the mark of the beast, they're already working on changing your DNA. Why not introduce this GMO food into the body because it's all going to complement each other. You know what I'm saying? So like people got to look at it on that whole entire spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like they really body. Like how the brother said, like when you detox so much to the point that all your body do is recognize real food, when you eat that bad shit, you automatically going to get an allergic response to it. It don't have to necessarily be you're going to break out on your skin or something like that. You know what I mean? When you're getting a lot of phlegm, a lot of mucus, that's your body having an immune response. Because something that you ate was inflammatory, so now your body's trying to spew it up. You know what I'm saying? So you're instantly going to get those type of responses, man. Like, if people should really do that, like clean yourself up like the whole 2 weeks. Don't eat no bullshit, have just nothing but fruit, water, salads, and just keep it like that. By the time them 2 weeks done, watch you try to eat a burger, watch you try to eat a piece of chicken or something. Watch how your body react to it. It's going to react to it like a foreign organism because it's foreign organisms in that food that your body is not used to detecting. But we eat the bullshit so much, so the body done acclimated itself to it, man. Like it's just food when it's like it's not, man. Like putting fucking, different, what you putting whatever else in it. You know
alcohol in that shit.
Yeah.
So like even at the ad, it's basically slandering. It's kind of like slandering milk without saying it though. It's saying it's like milk, but made for humans. So that's the ad. That's the gimmick. That's the the saying for the oat milk. It's like milk, but made for humans. So this basically telling you, read between the lines, is basically telling you that milk is not for human consumption, man. And milk is in a lot of things that we do eat, man. This is why dairy is no good for us, man. Like brother said, that's a major part of the nutrients that is formed into your body, man. The dairy part, the cheese, everything, the milk, everything that's in that, man. So that's why oat milk is not made from any type of dairy products, right? So this is why it's coming head up against milk. And it's telling you that milk is not for human consumption, man.
Almond milk.
Yeah, almond milk.
Yeah, oat milk, goat milk.
Goat milk, that would be, if you were to have any animal milk, goat milk would be the best milk to have. Of course, it's more expensive.
Yeah, right. The most $30. Things that are most good for you.
Yeah, because goat's milk is the closest thing to a human mother's milk.
All right, I gotta skip going back to the curse of Cain. Through Cain, through the spirit, was carried over onto Esau. Okay, so his curse is carried forth to this very day, and this is why it brings forth so many GMOs. Genesis chapter 4, verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond thou shalt be in the earth.
Hey, real quick, you got something to say?
No, when thou tillest the ground.
Yeah, and this is why we got this pregnant food, man. This is why you got Monsanto that's basically cornering the market on a lot of this produce, man. And like when your brother had a conversation, we were talking about how they were trying to have this one of the local farmers trying to strong arm him pretty much. Representative from Monsanto trying to strong arm him into pushing his seeds, man.
There was videos where farmers are burning off crops. And I don't know how the farm stuff works, but this video, this woman, she was like, farmers are being forced to burn off certain crops so they can get farmed. So there's some things that could be extra food, I guess, for the market somehow with that and burning off the food.
So he'll fly a plane over your farm and drop something illegal. Maybe even drop over some pesticides or silly things, or put something illegal that you ain't supposed to have. Come by a couple months later as an inspector with a clipboard, be like, oh, you're not supposed to have.
Well, what happened was years ago, where they would fly the planes over the farms and drop GMO seeds, and the farmers know about it. So they'll complain about it. But then now when the, I guess the inspector comes to see if they have GMOs, and they supposed to be a farm that don't deal with GMOs, as soon as they find one GMO, they get fined. Shit like that. It's naturally like
That's why it's hard to. That's why it's even hard for you to grow your own stuff now, because if you have your own shit, you got the chemtrails and all that comes down, you know, in the morning, and it settles down with all the plants and all that. So you gotta have more like a what are those called? Those little tents and greenhouse things. You gotta have one of those and have a system for you not to be touching the air that's out here.
Even that.
It's a miracle, man, how the Lord got us alive, man.
Yeah, man.
Esau is striving to kill you every day. Every day he's hoping you drop dead, man. You know? Hey, real quick, you got the chemtrails, you got the polluted fluoride water mixed with all other types of shit. You got GMO foods. How are we alive eating GMO foods, man? How the hell is you alive? Yeah, you don't live that long. And then you go through a lot of sickness, man. A lot of sickness. Sometimes when you think you're eating healthy, you're still eating poison. You know, Apostle Tahar did a lesson. You know, saying that you gotta eat the best out of the worst. You gotta eat the best out of the poison. The best poison out of the worst poison. You know?
Hey, if you're able to, man, support your green markets, man. The green markets that pop up, support them, man. Support the small farmers. You know, there's a group of black farmers, okay, that's still trying to stay alive, and there's pretty much on purpose of that. You know, we probably do a lesson on it, man. Supporting the black farmers, man. You know,
so somebody in my family called me and said, "You better come down and get it. Got the real watermelon." I flew over there. Just to get a little small. I cracked that sucker open. Man, I ain't taste some real watermelon in years, man.
Yeah, that shit was good, man. Yeah, man, that shit was good, man.
And these watermelons, black farmers, you know, they got their connect. They bring it up, you know, they bring it up from the south, and these are seeded watermelons, man. It was delicious, man. You know, it was delicious, man.
I grew some last year, bro.
Gotta get a real water system.
I
remember being down south
that shit came over white
down south, like hot as hell, you get black as hell and shit. Grandfather used to cut open that watermelon. He used to have the water ice, all that. You eat watermelon. Hell, watermelon's good for you, man. Hey, you eat watermelon from whole food. That shit fake, man. It's fake. The shit hard as hell. You eat it couch. It's supposed to be crunchy.
You eat it chip.
Never the season for it.
Yeah. You know? Then you go in the shop, right? You see the watermelon cut. There is no seeds.
Yeah.
Oh, someone, I think it was on TikTok. The watermelon ain't even, damn, I saw something. Damn, I can't think. But something to do with the watermelon. She kept peeling back the watermelon and showing you the watermelon was actually fake. It wasn't even, you know, it wasn't even a melon. It looked like it, but she was like peeling it back. And she was saying, now look at this. I forgot what happened. I got
you got
Fake ass skin on it.
So going back into Esau, right? All of Monsanto chemtrails. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4 says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." So that's like right in that movie Life. You can't get right. You can't do right. Verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Hey, like the brother said, man, this guy's a vagabond on the earth, man. Yeah. You know, okay, he's a wanderer, man. You know, everywhere he sets foot, man, he defiles it, man. Right. He wants to make a 42nd Street out of every nation, man, so to speak, man. You know, he wants to put their corporations, he want to put a Wendy's, you know, McDonald's. He want to put these in these different countries, man. You know.
Hey, just walking down the street, Esau is as death. Because concrete fucks up your back. You're supposed to be able to sink. Oh, and I forgot what brother was going into that. Even when like you wearing sandals like back in the ancient days, you're picking up vibrations. I think it's like brother Michael Howard. You're picking up vibrations from off the earth, man. But now, these brothers, all the vibrations from out the earth. And speaking of the earth, fracking, man. He literally continuously drills non-stop, taking up all the lubricants purification all the oil out of the earth, man. So then he can return, sell it to you for money, man. Even with the water. You know, he goes to a fall, all he does is bottle it. That's why even with like Crystal Guidance says bottle at the source. He just goes up there in upstate New York and just bottles it and sells it to you for money, man. So this guy is at to the tree, that's McDonald's money. You know, you get up
Fat ass always find this white.
Yeah, that's why even the scripture say,
But hey,
that's why even the scripture say that the trees are gonna rejoice at you. When your ass gets put down, say no fellow has come up against us since thou art laid down, man. You know, so even the trees are gonna rejoice, the animals is gonna rejoice, the sea is gonna rejoice, man. Because you are as dead. You're killing everything, man. You got a garbage island. It's the size of fucking Texas, man. Just floating out there in the sea, man. And the whales is eating it. And now the whales is coming up in the San Francisco Bay. You know?
You're supposed to, I believe you're supposed to give the earth a Sabbath the whole year, right? Something like that. They don't even do that.
Hey, this neighbor of mine, that he bought a house near me, and years back, and what he did was, man, he had a fig tree in the front. He destroyed that, and then he had a pear tree in the back, and he knocked the pear tree down and put down concrete to make his property, so he could work on his exotic cars, his little car collection. You know, he can't go, man. You know. Hey, man, because I was reaping the benefits of the tree. The tree was so damn big. When harvest time was coming, hey, they were falling on my property, man. So hey, man, I had some hairs, man. You know, this damn devil destroyed that tree, man. You know.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
yeah, that's why more sin and wickedness is going on, because the foods that they eat, it's not just abominable foods. It's foods in general that got demons on it, man. Because it's not actual food, man. It's amazing how the Lord gives these sort of power. The Lord gave Esau the power.
Circles, just following everybody.
Yeah. It's amazing how the Lord just gave Esau the knowledge of making certain foods that are edible and tasteful, but not actually food. You know, so it's a slow kill. It brings diseases in the body. Right? Now you're forced to work out. In the ancient times, we didn't have to go work out. We ate right. But now you ain't working out some sort of way. You're going to develop over time, especially when you get older, you're going to develop some type of illness, man. You know, because you got to work that body, that poison in the body.
Exactly.
You know?
One thing real quick too from here, like then when you throw stuff in the microwave zaps any nutrients that it had in it. It shouldn't have nutrients in it in the first place. But any little thing in there, the microwave just toasts it off. That's it.
Just to have warm, just to have a taste. You know, you gotta go to have some.
Radiation from the throw that shit in the oven.
It's taking like an extra 15 minutes to
Put it in the oven.
You have like a soup, you know, oven up, or if you have something cold, you know, you put it in the oven. You know, you can put like a plate on top of another plate, put a little water on it, put a little thing on it, and let it sit for like 25 minutes to heat it up nice and good, keep the moisture in there, keep it nice.
That shows you not being impatient, impatient.
So it says, verse 5, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And like the brother said, one of the laws is the land Sabbath every 7 years. That's why Gad was always constantly moving around, because they weren't tilling the ground for 7 years straight, or just constantly drill like Esau does.
Yeah,
man.
these devils think they're gonna go to another planet and they're gonna habit it and they're gonna like regulate. If y'all ain't got no Israelites there, y'all ain't gonna be. I'm what type of planet it's gonna be. It's gonna be like Russia. It's gonna be as whack, as cold as hell, and corny as hell as Russia.
I got something. I had an Edomite on the plantation telling me the other day about when they go buying for that, looking for the stuff to make the batteries for he's basically telling me when they buying for the resources to make the batteries. So he said, "Yo, it looks disgusting, man. How do you think the way they think it's an urban? They just leave it here."
And that's why this place is destined for destruction, because when the brother brought out fracking and they drilling in that earth, they're messing up the plates and the oil for lubricate. Then what happens out of that is earthquakes, right?
Right.
You know, so now you got more earthquakes than it would be. You know, the earth itself is alive, man. You can't keep draining from the earth. That's like the earth's blood. You're not supposed to keep draining. If you drain enough blood from a person, you're gonna die. You know, so the earth has to do some type of reaction. All right, basically like when you're sick, your body gives off a reaction of you being sick. You don't like the feeling, but the body is healing itself. So the earth has to give off to earthquakes and volcanoes eruptions to heal.
Sinkholes.
Yeah, sinkholes. Sometimes things need to open up and swap and get some load up.
And like they also like, you got a lot of pictures, freaking 2014, 2020, 2021 of seas, just the waters just sinking and sinking, man, causing a drought. It's like trying to get some type of lubrication, man. And I got Numbers chapter 13, verse 23, going into that land Sabbath, man. It says, and they came unto the brook of Eshcol and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bear it between two upon a staff. So the grapes and the intro was like bowling balls, man. That's how heavy them shits was, man. Now look at them. They don't even got seeds in them. That's because Esau don't know how to rule this earth, man. And that's why scripture say, no flesh shall be saved, man. If you continue to rule. Because you are destroying the whole planet earth. You're the fucking devil, man. You know, it's not meant for you to rule. Because you don't rule according to the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. And when we come into rulership, that's why even in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, go to how all nations shall flow unto Jerusalem, man. And they're going to say, how wise is this people, man. That's according to Deuteronomy 4:6. They're going to look at the law, statutes, and commandments that we keep. They're going to say, what nation is like unto us, man.
Yeah, that's why the heathens going to love us in the kingdom. Yeah, they're going to love Jig. They're going to love Jig. They're going to see the good eating, the earth, the beautiful world that it should be. You know, even when they get a chance to eat, they're going to be able to eat. You know, after 1,000 years of slavery, building up our kingdom, when they get set forth in their land, they're going to be good, man. They're going to be fine. Just like today, they go home with the wife, have babies, have fun, drive. Hey, same thing in our kingdom. But at first, the beginning, you're going to have to build it up.
That's right.
So just like with Esau, he brought us over here, was hard bound in slavery, kicked our ass, you know what I'm saying, did all type of evil, wicked shit to us. We're not going to do that, but we're going to pay double unto you, man. And we're going to punish you even deeper than what you punish us. Not sinister though. It's going to be in righteousness, man.
We funnier than Esau is, man. You're going to rather hang around us than Edomites, man. You're going to have more of a good time hanging out with Jake than hanging out with Esau. Why do you think Esau want to come to the cookout, my invited to the cookout when they try and be cool? You know? Because you know that cookout is going to be a good time, man.
Well, you're going to have a couple of Ishmaelites, you know, make you laugh. Cool as hell. What up, Ish? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, what's up, you know? How y'all, what you doing over there? What you got? What's the numbers? What's the numbers? All right, what's the numbers? All right, give me that. Look, that's what I'm going to do. Take this, you can have that hat. Yes, boss. All right, go ahead, man. Yeah, I'll see you next time. You know? It's going to be cool, man. They're going to be wanting to give their daughters to us, man. Right? Hey, they're going to be, the elect, the elite, man, you're going to have men, when they see the elite, one of the elect walking through their town and city, they, hey, daughters, because they gonna want to sit up in the palace, man. Hey, if the father give his daughter to one of the elect, you know, and he take them in, guess what? That whole family coming up, man. They get a chance to sit in the palace, man. They get a chance to be among that. They might not get what we got, but I'm talking about after our kingdom is established, of course. All right, and within the orders there with judges, with rulers, and we're living on. So you're gonna have it where they're gonna be able to be, yes, be up here, you know? Be up there. Wow. I can't go in there, but I can just imagine, boss. I can imagine, boss. I look in there. I just imagine all night, boss. When I dream, I think they're like blue, all that. Blue, green in there. I even think it's some stars in there, boss. Yeah, but you better not have
Tell us how it was, baby.
Yeah.
She gonna be like, you got this all up in there.
Yeah. His daughter coming back to her dad. It's amazing.
He says, this is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
That speaks volumes, man. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Because when we rule, they're gonna be rejoicing, man. They're gonna be rejoicing. Okay? They're gonna be happy that Israel is ruling. I remember there was a video of some heathen woman from
Yeah,
that's the
You
spirit.
know what I'm saying? And that's what it is too, because you got a lot of people that know who we are. You know, they got the records, man. They got the records. Yeah. Nah. What it, bro? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she's basically begging the so-called Negroes here in America to like really just wake up, man, and come back to your land. Basically, that's what she was saying.
Yeah, she's like, y'all the Israelites, please come back and take the land.
Right. You know, and hey, I remember about people are still scattered throughout that region right there, man. You know? All right? Hey, man, you gotta have some of the Israelites look like those Palestinians that catching hell from Amalek, man.
Hey, even the earth want us in power, man. Okay, the angels. Scriptures say the angels rejoice when one repented from the power. So that means even the angels are rejoicing when one of the Lord's elect get the word, man.
Speaking about what you were saying on how everything's going to be so beautiful, this is Tobit 13 and 16. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stone, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which has extolled it forever.
Yeah, that's those different minerals. And brother right here, he got all the different color rocks. That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, but it's gonna be rich. And they're gonna have a shine to it, man. A little shine, glistening. I mean, that's pleasant to the eye, like a diamond. You know? And you put it all in marble, you got a marble patio, whatever the case is, man. And it's gonna be stones that from other planets, man. You know, that's how Edomites gonna get to the other planets. All right, when we put you on them, but I don't know how they go. We just say I or ear have not heard, so we just we extrapolate into the kingdom, you know. And but for you to get to other nations, you're gonna get there, and you're gonna be digging in those mines to get those riches for us, man. You know, and you're gonna bring them right back here to Israel, man.
Which those gemstones are actually, the gemstones that we have are actually worth more than the white man's diamond.
Right.
You know, saying he just uses the diamond for him to say that it's worth more than anything, but these are actually worth more than all that. And they have energy to it, all that. You know what I'm saying?
How about Shai? The sunlight stone. The sunlight stone has energy. You can put the what you call it, the tester to it. What do you call that? Radar. You can put the radar
frequencies,
to it, and it'll give off an energy signal. Wow. And it'll be like, oh, and that shows you. And a lot of times, here these some sunlight stones when I work out, right? And I notice sometimes after a while, I go in the house to get that is on, my shit start itching. It's because it's sending off energy within
the vibration,
my wrist. So I take it off. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's the material doing anything to my skin. I never have a rash, but I know it's as far as energy to my it's radiating on my wrist. That's what I'm trying to say.
Vibration.
Yeah, start itching and shit, and I just take it off and shit, and I notice, like, damn. And hey, another thing, you can only get sunlight from Russia. You order your sunlight stones, you gotta get them from Russia, man. And that's gonna take you about 2 months before you fucking get it, man. You'll fucking forget about it. Get lost in the mail somewhere, mad as hell. Paying $40, $50 for some damn stones, and that shit get lost in the mail because it's coming 2 months later. You know?
On the toilet bowl, on the bathroom, paving low. Even the toilet tissue, then shreds.
Go wipe your ass with
that. Rich shit.
And this is a description of the heavenly Jerusalem. Revelation 21 and 16. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And the measure of the city, and measured the city with the reed 12,000 furlongs. The length and breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, if I'm saying that correctly, and the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th, I can't pronounce that, chrysocharis, and the 11th a jacinth, the 12th amethyst.
Hey, real quick, man, just like Orange Juice Jones, man. He said, yeah, man, he said, man, I gave you everything. I said, I gave you things you couldn't even pronounce.
Right. Yeah, exactly. These are all precious stones, and it's gonna be a sight for sore eyes, man.
Yeah, hey, you know how you go into a light, you go into your house now, you flick on a light, you probably be happy to get an LED light. You ain't gonna need no light, just the sun gleaming through that, you know?
It's gonna be bright on its own.
Or the moon.
And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every 7 gate.
How many gates?
12 gates.
So, okay, man, the kingdom has 12 gates. Why is that? Because of the 12 children of Israel. It tells you that in the 12th verse. Right. So I'm going to show you that the kingdom is for the Israelites. That's why there's 12 gates, man.
Right. Where's the 13th gate for the heathen, man?
Exactly.
You're just gonna just shit on Jake all your lifetime and think you're gonna make it in the charity.
Oh my God. Get the fuck
ain't
out
going down like that, Jack. You know,
And now you're trying to frame
you
us.
all your people, man. You can do whatever you want to
Oh
do.
yeah.
Yeah, now you're trying to frame us.
You can do whatever you want
It
to
was
do.
a devil. It was an incident happened in Florida where this guy he shot this cop. He was a part of the NFC, which that guy he kept always trying to say yah and all that kind of, you know. And now all of a sudden he's a part of us now. You know, that's Esau trying to somehow get him linked to the Israelites because he's black. You know, and he was a part of that NFC. That bullshit, man. That setup shit. The Lord got something for y'all, man.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
so tacky. Hey, ISUPK, man. Hey, man, you better go.
Dumb niggas.
You better that big that tough talk you're talking, man. Because they're gonna be coming up to you guys, man. You guys are the carnal ones, man. All right, the Lord got us elect protected, man. You carnal guys out there, you guys that think you're gonna that a gun is gonna deliver you, man. You guys are gonna get caught up on all that, Jack. All that. You're gonna get caught up in it, man. Okay, IUIC, armies of Israel, renegade camps out there, okay, that are just thinking of a carnal way of going and not understanding the scriptures and not having a solid foundation in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You're gonna get caught up in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, and they see, hey, that's the spirit, man. See, the brother said that because you knucklehead idiots, you guys who ignore the truth of the scriptures and being sincere and going after filthy lucas because you sold out, or you just want to be a part of something, or yeah, you just got pride. But you're gonna have to prove your faith, tough guy. These guys sound like they tough, man. They so tough they can destroy Esau's army. You can't listen, man. Esau, when he come with 4 men. 4 men, no matter how many push-ups, pull-ups you can do, no matter how loud your voice get, how many times you can pull out a scripture to cut an Edomite up. He come with 4 men, and the weapons that he's coming is gonna destroy you.
Yeah.
And these 4 men are trained for this, man. They come with technology, shut you down quick, man. Put you, apprehend you, seize you, tie you up, and then you going right off to Guantanamo Bay. And you gonna have to prove your faith. All that tough guy shit, man. You guys are foolish, man. You're foolish, man.
And the spirit, man, the Esau ain't gonna hit this truth directly, man. All right, he's not gonna guide you directly to a great millstone to the men of the real men of the Lord, man. He's gonna have these renegade guys out here that's going on from the doctrine, that's basically carnal, okay? That's what they're gonna show. But they're gonna look at us in a certain light as well. We're gonna catch a little run of that just because of these guys, though, man. You guys are gonna be the centerpiece of this whole shit show that they're about to do.
And Esau has always done that. It's called a proxy war. That's how we took the United States. That's how we took America before it was called America. Because what you had the French, the English, and the Spanish, and they all had themselves found themselves Israelites to war with each other. It was called a proxy war. And they do the same thing over there in the Middle East. You know, they have these different factions where pretty much it's a proxy war between the United States and Russia, but Russia is not actually fighting America. They're fighting the proxy war.
They're supplying, we're supplying the finances and supplying, but they directly, the Russian army is not directly involved with it though, but they have a secret interest in it. You know, there's a secret interest that they have on each side. There's been proxy wars been going on for years, man.
You know, they're gonna infiltrate Yasharal the same way. You can't.
Yeah. And this is how you know this country's weak, man, because Syria is a proxy war. Okay? Right. So how come this country is so great in the military though? How come you ain't get that man out of there in Syria? You can't. Why? Because the bear is protecting that man. Right. Okay? Gog and Magog, man, is protecting Syria, man. The leaders of Syria, man. To where you can't move an inch, man, to even remove that. Okay? That right there was a stopgap for you guys, man.
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 10:1. Last few precepts too, brother. 2 Corinthians 10:1. Now I, Paul, myself, beseech you by the meekness and gentleness of Mashiach Yahushua, who is present and base among you, but being absent and bold towards you. But I beseech you that may not be bold when I am present with that confidence wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh.
Cool, Ace. So that goes to show you that a lot of times his words, the way how he was saying things were being misinterpreted.
Yeah.
You know?
When he said it, it's like, who the fuck is you?
Exactly.
Then when he come around, he ain't portrayed as
a talk.
Yeah.
I said it. What?
Uh-huh.
You know,
exactly.
tough guy. And that's what these guys, these certain Israelite camp, they don't understand that. Because these guys are mimicking, want to come up some other way. So they don't really understand controlled anger. You know, they see brothers rah come out and they go, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden they got a group like the camp, Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That proud dude.
Oh,
Baltimore.
Adam Abbott.
I saw a brother, brother
Adam Abbott.
Yeah.
I forgot where I seen the video from.
Yeah.
But
Give me X12 for 39.
these guys, it's the same dude that made that recently just made, he saw Bow Down and Kiss the Boot.
Yeah, they did.
He got locked up, supposedly, right?
You're not supposed to be doing that in this time.
What kind of glory you really think to that, though? It's not changing anything, though, man. You gotta preach the word, man.
But remember the head of their camp just a couple of weeks back, you know, he was getting arrested and he was acting like, you know, he had some sort of power. Like the law was gonna come down for him and just destroy the police officers and he could continue to teach. You don't understand the scriptures and why you gotta use wisdom, man. You know, even going into that with Apostle Paul, with Ripper.
Yeah.
They don't even understand that and how he basically just used them. He basically smoothly got out of the situation. It's the same way if you get pulled over by a police officer. If a police officer pull you over, if you wise, you're gonna get your license and registration. Because you shouldn't be driving around like that. It should be, you might do it once or two, but if you try to get your paperwork done, makes it so that you don't have no trouble. So when you do get pulled over, you hand them your license and registration. Then, you know, the officer look at you and shit and say to you, hey, what's going on? Where you coming from? And this and that. You comply with him. Tell him, hey, you know what? You know, you ain't got to curse him out. And guess what? He ain't going to, and guess what? Now, because you using being wise as a dove, harmless as a serpent, being peaceful with all men, as the scriptures say, you know, he may even see your book bag in the back seat with the Bible, with the book bag open and the Bible hanging out in your garment. And he go, oh, you in the Bible? And you know what I'm saying? He might be Italian or something. He may look like an Edomite to you. And he see the Bible in the back. He go, oh, you in the Bible? You be like, yeah, I'm in the Bible, man. You go to church, man? There's a lot of shit going on. You just play the game, man. And then he be like, you know what? you know what, you be like, hey man, you know, I'm a, you know, Israelite, you know, and you probably could be an Israelite. And he go, well, where you from? Sicilian? Oh no, man, you probably could be an Israelite just to make him feel good, because in all reality, he could possibly be. You don't know. So that's the thing Paul did. And this guy, guys don't understand that, man. They don't understand that. But let me get back to the point, Salakia, because I should have just pulled the scripture. But 2 Corinthians 10:2. But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present with that confidence, wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh. Because some guys think we walk according to the flesh. 2/3 in the world, they look at us, they see the videos, and they think automatically we just curse people out. Oh, I don't want to get cursed out, you know? Or they come with that energy like they got to be tough when they standing up here just to ask the question, because they got from a video from certain Israelite camps that play that tough card. So when they come across us, they come up and they, yeah, what I'm saying though, bruh, I just want to say, it's like, yo, so wrong with you, just be normal, man.
You know, all in your feelings because you're indoctrinated, man. That's your problem, man. That's your problem, man. You know, your problem is you're indoctrinated by the society, man. And you're in your feelings, man, because we're reading the scriptures, man. That's your problem, man.
Yeah. Verse 3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pulling down strongholds.
All we gotta do is read the scriptures, man. We're pulling down the strongholds, man. We are basically tearing this place down, man.
Yeah.
Okay, through the scriptures, man. Yeah. Okay? Prophecies are rolling off the page. Okay? Alright? Lord gonna show you know, and really, it's a trick bag right now. Right now, Esau's basically giving Jake something to really fight for now. Yeah. Because Jake is doing it right now. Jake is benefiting. They're doing it right now, man. You know, they're getting little goodies. They're getting little cars. Everybody's driving. You know, now Jake got something to fight for and somewhere to stand with the beast, man. Yeah. Okay. They're gonna be in league with them, man. And now they don't have nothing to defend, man.
Yeah, it's a setup. Because you can't forget, I remember I saw a video with Viking, and Viking was saying how the face of America is going to be Latino and black. You know what I'm saying? He said this is going to be the new face of America. And now look at everything that they're doing. They're giving Jake all these Black Lives Matters in the streets, you know, of every neighborhood, in front of the police station or whatever. Then they giving you statues and all that. They never did this crap before. It's like, what's the purpose of this? Then they giving you all this extra money. Like, what is all this for? You know, like what is all this for? It's a setup. And then if you don't go and apply with the way they want, they're gonna come down and have a great wrath, man.
The land back on the book now, what they're doing now in a lot of these food districts now is that they're indoctrinating the Edomite kids on pushing, and they're pushing the Black Lives Matter, they're pushing a lot of this stuff, and they're pushing a lot of this to have them feel that guilt, so to speak, man. So it's the same thing with Pharaoh did, man. Okay, we're growing in number. Let's deal wisely with them. Okay, that's basically what they're doing. They're dealing wisely with us, man. Because we have them in numbers, man.
Yeah, and they pushing heavy that LGBTQ on us. But
they're saying, "Get destroyed the heart."
This is verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalt itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai.
Hey, reading the scriptures, man, and bringing it out and cutting devils, man. Okay, not by talking tough. Okay, all right, we tried that. What happened? We got destroyed because of that, man. We think the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, we're gonna go down the same path, man? Nah, man, we gonna read the scriptures, man. Okay, this is our defense, man. Always, man.
It says, "And having in the readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Do ye look on the things after the outward appearance? If any man trust in himself that he is Yahweh Shai's, let him of himself think this again, that he is Yahweh Shai's, even so are we Yahweh Shai's. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord hath given us for edification, and not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed."
So we're not ashamed of the gospel, man. You know what I'm saying? But people didn't understand Paul, because Paul was he was running the epistles through the spirit, man. So people, they felt some kind of way immortality though. But when he seen him in appearance, his appearance wasn't to what it matched the words, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he was a humble man.
Yeah, because they understood it. You know, they understood. You got to think back then. Put yourself in that time. Look at themselves. It wasn't no camcorders. You know, so it was straight letters. So when you read a letter, just like text messages could be deceiving because the way that a brother could be speaking and the energy, God, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm sick of that shit, man. The way a brother could be speaking or taking in or what he's reading and then he respond could be taken out of context. So that's why sometimes it's better to pick up the phone and call the brother and be like, look, I'm just trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? So you can understand from the spirit that comes behind your voice and how you saying it. Because what they say in the world is not what you say, it's how you say it, you know? So even with Paul's letters, when Paul came and they get to examine Paul and see him, they didn't see him, that's right, pit or die, you know? But certain guys, they act like that because they think that, you know, this is the way they're supposed to be. But really it's going to lead to your destruction, man, you know?
That's why he said, I think it was him that said, love people in speech, not in knowledge.
Right. Because it's a method to it. You know, it's a method to it. Paul had to tell you the truth. And we all know, as the world is saying is, the truth hurts. You tell somebody the truth, you know, you're basically telling them about themselves. And it's up to them to, if they're sincere, they examine and go, you know what, maybe I think you probably could be a little bit thinking that because of that, but I'm going to take the advice anyway, you know, just in case. And then really, down the line, as you receive the advice and you ain't taking it in with some wicked thoughts, you know, and you took it in sincerely, down the line, it's going to come back up. And it's going to pop in your mind and you're going to go, yo, damn. Oh, praise Yahweh Shah. I remember brother told me, see? And you're going to be happy later because you're going to know that what the brother was telling you was actually true. And it took for the Lord to do certain things to you to see that. You know? So, reset.
Ecclesiasticus 21:15. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will condemn it and add on to it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, he despiseth him and he casteth it behind his back.
Yeah, he started hating the guy because he said that. Family members do this shit. As soon as you open your mouth to say something truthful, they be looking at you with that eye.
What for? Why? It's like, what happened?
They looking at you like, you know how Jake is, they look at you like,
yeah.
All right,
Taking it back.
all right. Hey, try to tell your brother, your uncle, your cousin. Yeah, all right, bro. All right. You're like, I ain't saying nothing, man. Trying to speak to him and shit, dissing you and shit. Come on, precept, that's it. Hey, so with that, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's for elect. Shalom.
Crazy how it was raining and now it's like not even